What is going on, Crimson Tide fans? We are back yet again for our Alabama March Madness watch parties here. The Crimson Tide taking on number 7 St. Mary's tonight. That tip-off is going to be here in just under 40 minutes. Don't believe there's a game going on in Cleveland today before Alabama versus St. Mary's. So hopefully, cross our fingers, that game should kick off pretty much right on time. So appreciate everybody who has joined us here today so far. 28 people watching. Got a couple people in the chat here as well. I will give some shout outs here in just a second for you guys. Like I said, this game set to kick off here, tip-off anyways. This is basketball, not football after all, at 5:10 Central Time on TNT. Alabama is favored in this game as of right now anyways, a plus 5.5 on the spread there for the Crimson Tide. 149.5 is your total over-under. This is definitely going to be more of a lower scoring game, I think, than Alabama's necessarily used to. You have St. Mary's, one of the slowest playing teams in college basketball. Obviously, Alabama is the fastest playing team in college basketball, so there's definitely going to be a difference of styles there. We will see if Alabama is able to, just take advantage of what they've been able to do this season, and hopefully they can get that dub tonight, and we can be live again next week for the Sweet 16 as well. Also, the winner of this game going to be playing BYU. They took down Wisconsin last night, so Alabama. There was an interesting tweet earlier that I saw. Let me see if I can find it real quick from Clint Lamb. Said, I believe if Alabama won this game tonight, they would be, the fourth team in, the last 16 years or something like that to reach 4 Sweet 16s in the last 4 years. Let me see if I can find this to see. Over the last 5 years, only 3 programs have made at least 4 Sweet 16 appearances. Those programs are Houston, they've made 5. Gonzaga, they've made 4. Arkansas has made 4. If Alabama wins tonight, it'll be the 4th program with that feat. So it's a very big game for Alabama tonight. We'll see what they can do, but obviously we are going to be here live with you guys all evening long. So let me know, where are you guys watching from? Get in the comments section. I want to give some shout outs here. Ty Man the Buckeye, one of the first ones almost every single time, all across all of our chat sports channels here. He is here from Ohio, putting his Roll Tide roll in there. You also have LAV. That's where I'm going to stop there. LAV. Let me see if I can. Is that really Lav Bdolf? Nah, it's just going to be LAV tonight, my guy. Saying, yo, what is going on? Also saying Alabama's going to win this one 95-74. We also got the BD James saying Roll Tide from Liberty Hill, Texas. What is going on, my guy? We've got Emmylou in there saying Alabama. Jeff Roy's in there saying Roll Tide. Emmylou also saying Roll Tide, roll, let's go. Big game here. Like I told you guys the other day, I have never been the biggest basketball fan in my life. I grew up a football fan, an Alabama football fan, growing up in South Alabama, but never really until Avery Johnson got hired was I ever really an Alabama basketball fan. And then I ended up going to Alabama and, Nate Oates, that was kind of when he got started there. I don't believe Avery Johnson was still the coach there when I was going to Alabama, but, I was all in with a buckle up and stuff like that for Avery Johnson, but move on from him. Obviously got Nate Oates. Has been a upgrade of a hire here for this Alabama basketball squad. So I am very much new getting into basketball, but I absolutely love this team. I love Nate Oates. He talked about the other day during his press conference that Alabama, if we don't get to a Final Four this year, he's chalking this season up as a failure. And I love that mentality from your head coach, considering, Alabama basketball, I think, going into last season, they had only made 1 Elite 8 before. And then last year, obviously, you make it to the Final Four as well. So not the biggest history for Alabama basketball going deep in this tournament, but Nate Oates now trying to get this team to their 2nd straight Final Four, and hopefully you can get to their first ever national championship as well. We also got my mom in there saying she's watching from the house in Summerdale, Alabama. Emmylou's saying she is from Tuscaloosa as well. Man, just super excited right now. You got Duke Baylor going on right now. Really weird how they're staggering these games today. in the second round anyways. They had like one game going out at a time earlier, and then like all the games are going to be going on at the same time. So it's super weird, but we're just going to stick on Alabama. Our main chat sports channel, I don't believe they're live today. But they've been kind of doing the, round table type thing, just kind of talking about all the teams as they're playing in that first round. That's kind of how they were doing it anyways. But we will be here for you guys, and hopefully Alabama wins this one. We can continue being live with you guys throughout this tournament as well, as long as the Crimson Tide stays with it. We'll continue with our build-up here in just a moment, but today's show is presented by PrizePicks. It's the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. It's super easy to play. You just pick more or less on at least two players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long with PrizePicks. It's available in over 30 different states, including California, Florida, Georgia, and Texas. PrizePicks also, one of my favorite things about PrizePicks, they invented the flex play. So you do not have to get every single one of your picks correct to come out on top. You can still double your money even if one of your picks does not hit. We got a little Alabama PrizePicks slate for you guys today. We got Clifford Amore, more than 7.5 points. He had a season high the other day with 17 points, I believe he had. So we're going to go with the more than on him. Mark Sears got a little bit some help there. Originally was 17.5. They bumped it down there to 14.5. So we're going with the more than on him. It's the only option you could go with for Mark Sears with that bump down on points there. Also going with Jaden Akins, one or the other. Points, rebounds, and assists, less than 17.5 for him. So, like I said, with the flex play, you do not have to get every single one of your picks correct to come out on top. You can go with the power play, get all your picks right. You can get more on your return there. So go ahead and download the PrizePicks app today and use promo code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to get the $50 bonus. It is just guaranteed. One more time for you guys, download the PrizePicks app today. Use promo code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That link's right there in the live chat for you guys. It's also in the description of today's show as well. It's PrizePicks. Run your game. All right, this is our super chat menu for today's show. Every single super chat that you guys send in, I'm going to do 5 air squats for you guys, because if the boys are out there busting their ass, I'm going to be right here in the studio busting my ass as well with them. So it doesn't matter if it's a 99-cent super chat or a $99 super chat. I'm going to be doing 5 air squats for you guys. We've also got the Bean Boozleds in the rotation today. These things are absolutely disgusting, and I think we have gotten through all of the good ones. So $10 super chat, your best bet is I'm going to get a nasty Bean Boozled. So we'll see what happens there. It can either be berry blue or toothpaste, birthday cake, dirty dishwasher, peach or barf. If you're not familiar with Bean Boozled, they look exactly the same. So I don't know which one I'm actually going to get until I actually start munching down on it. And that's usually when I start hating myself, because those things are disgusting. So if you guys want to see me suffer a little bit today, $10 super chat, I will do a Bean Boozled for you guys. Also, $20 super chats. We're breaking out the beer bong. Should I call it the victory bong? That's what I would love to call it, the victory bong. So we got beer bongs here for $20. The first $20 super chat that we get today, I'm going to double up. And I'm going to do 2 beer bongs for you guys, because the other day we did not get a single super chat. You guys did phenomenal in the chat, hitting the likes, hitting the subs for me, but we didn't get any super chats. So the first $20 super chat that we get today, as I bite my tongue like an idiot, I'm going to do double beer bongs. Got some old Miller Lights for you guys here. Get the cold ones over here. Got some Miller Lights for you guys, so $20 super chat. First one, I'll do 2 beer bongs, $20 super chat. After that is just 1 beer bong. And also, every 50 likes on the show today, sitting at 14 right now, I'm going to do a shot. I'm also going to do a little deal on that as well. So what I would like to do is to get to at least, we got just about 50 people watching. Let's get to that 50% like ratio right now. 25 likes on the stream. I'll go ahead and do a shot right now. If you guys want Alabama to win this game and make a run in the NCAA tournament, if you want madness to happen, go ahead and like today's video for me right now. We got 14 likes so far. I'd love to do a little shot ski to start off the game. We got our little not a sponsor whiskey right here. So help me out. Just like Ty Man said right there. Go ahead and drop a like on today's video for me. Sitting at 15 right now. We got Jeeper in the chat as well. Good to see you, my man, in the chat the other day. Emmy Lou, don't believe was in the chat the other day, but appreciate you joining us here today. Let's get to 25 likes. Before we move on in our pregame, we're sitting here. Let me put up the countdown box again. About 27 or so minutes until tip-off. So we got some time to sit right here until we get to that 50% like ratio. Just kind of ticking up and up and up very slowly right now. So sitting at 20, need 5 more likes, and I'm going to go ahead and do a shot for you guys. And then I'll do one at 50, and then I'll do one at 100 and 150 and 200, so on and so forth from there. I think we got, let me see, I've got a graphic here as well. Little like battle from the other day. We got 241 likes the other day for the round of 64 game against Robert Morris. I would love to beat that today as well. Sitting at 21 right now. We got a ways to go, but we got 27 minutes before tip-off. We've got an entire basketball game to go in this one. So it's going to be a long, hard-fought battle. We're sitting at 22 likes right now. Also probably a good time to mention that I am also producing today's show, as well as going to be doing play-by-play and everything like that for you guys. So if you appreciate me just being here with you guys, drop a like for me right now. Sitting at 22, trying to get to 25 before we move on here. And I want to do a shot. I'd love to do a shot. A little drinking action before the game never hurt anybody. We need 3 more. I need 3 more people to like the video for me before we move on in our build-up today. We're going to talk about who Alabama might play next. We'll talk about some players to watch. We'll talk about kind of keys to victory for this game. 2 really big keys to victory that I think pretty much everybody has been talking about. And some very, very interesting stats to go over as well before this one kicks off. We need 2 more likes. We need 2 more likes to hit that 50% like ratio. I'm going to do a shot, and then we'll continue on with the show here in just a second. But like I said, Alabama going up today against number 7 St. Mary's. This is definitely a team that you do not want to overlook. It is not a slouch team. They have been here before. Frankly, I think they've probably been here. I'm just guessing right now. I would assume they've probably been here more than Alabama. Like I said, that's just a guess, but, they're a team that is a staple in the tournament. They beat teams like Gonzaga twice this year. They ended up losing to them in their conference championship game, and there's 25 likes on the show. Appreciate everybody who dropped a like on today's show. Get those like numbers up for me. Pretty much when you like the show, it tells YouTube, hey, there's people here that, really enjoy what's going on. They push it out into the algorithm, and it gets more Alabama fans in here. And that is our goal today, is to get as many Alabama fans in the chat as we possibly can for this game against St. Mary's. Cheers to everybody there. Appreciate you guys for dropping your likes on today's show. Let's go ahead and get in a little bit to this build-up as we have about 25 minutes or so until tip-off here. Like I said, Alabama taking on St. Mary's today. The winner of this game will take on BYU. They ended up taking down Wisconsin last night, heading to the Sweet 16. So, this is a chance for Alabama, like I said a minute ago, to be, the 4th team in the last 5 years to go to the Sweet 16 at least 4 times. You got Houston with 5, Gonzaga with 4, and then Arkansas with 4 as well. So very, very big time here for Alabama. And, look, there's definitely going to be players in this game that we are going to have to take note of for Alabama anyways. Let's just get into it right here a little bit. I'll go one by one here. Got Grant Nelson, right? So Grant Nelson coming into this tournament, he got hurt during the SEC tournament against Florida. We got Chad Kennedy in there as well. Appreciate you, Chad. Got my dad in there saying ready for some Alabama basketball. Let's get it. Grant Nelson, like I was saying, he was dealing with a knee injury coming into this tournament. They wanted to not play him in that game against Robert Morris, but with about 8 minutes left, Grant Nelson stood up. Robert Morris had taken the lead, and Grant Nelson stood up on the bench, looked over at Nate Oates, and was like, hey, put me in this ball game. Got to go in right now. Got to make a difference in this game. And he came in, and he was a massive spark for Alabama. I believe he only scored 5 points, but he did a lot of things away from the ball as well. Had a couple key blocks, was able to go to the line a little bit, only played in that game for 7 minutes, but he was definitely the spark that Alabama needed to get that win in the round of 64. Should be good for this game today. I saw some tweets just a little while ago. He was warming up, doing his thing, so I would assume Grant Nelson is going to be good to go for this game for Alabama taking on St. Mary's. And then you got Clifford Amore. Look, Cliff was big in that game against Robert Morris as well. Scored 17 points in that game. I think in the first half he had 15, so only 2 in the second half, but seemed like every single time down the floor, it was just lob it up to Clifford Amore and watch him slam it down. So he's got to be a big factor in this game in terms of rebounding. I think he only had like 4 rebounds in that game in the first round. And against a team like St. Mary's, man, they are a very, very big, very long team. I believe Nate Oates said they were second in the country in offensive rebounds behind Texas A&M. So with a team like St. Mary's, we'll touch on here in just a minute, they play very, very slow. If you allow them to get those offensive rebounds, it's going to be a long day for Alabama. They're just going to end up making the game go longer, less possessions anyways for Alabama. Nate Oates saying, look, this isn't going to be a 70, 80 possession game like they would like it to be. But there are some things that Alabama can do to kind of speed up the game as well and kind of get that game pace kind of, how they would like it more. So Clifford Amore definitely going to be a big key in this game. Getting those rebounds and just dominating in the paint hasn't necessarily been the most dominant, I'll say, in the paint this season, but we've seen those flashes from him. Really hope he can, bring it for Alabama today. You also got LeBaron Philon. He's a very, very talented freshman, was very good for Alabama all season long, but in that game against Robert Morris, only had 1 point. Went to the free throw line, went 1 for 2 from the free throw line, but did have 10 assists in that game as well. So, just because he wasn't necessarily scoring, he was still affecting the game in some positive ways there for Alabama. But if they can get guys like LeBaron Philon, Mark Sears also could have put everybody on this list, honestly. But, you look at a guy like Mark Sears as well. He's been in a massive 3-point scoring slump. I think going into that game versus Robert Morris, I don't know the stats after the game, not very good, but I think he was like 24 for his last 28 3-point attempts in the last 4 games going into that game against Robert Morris. So you need guys like Mark Sears to step up. You need LeBaron Philon to step up. Aiden Holloway could play a whole lot better as well. And then you also have Jaron Stevenson. I think last year, you look at that Elite 8 game last year, I think he scored 17 points in that game for Alabama. If Jaron Stevenson, he's also a guy that tested the NBA draft waters last year and decided to come back, and there was a massive key for Alabama getting him back in the rotation this year. If he can get it going, Alabama can be very, very dangerous. Getting rebounds, just having a guy like him also being able to score. Chris Youngblood, we know what he is, a 5th-year guy. He's most likely going to be coming off the bench for Alabama, but there's a lot of guys on this team, man. Alabama can be a very, very deep team at times, but we've also seen, things like turnovers, rebounding really hurt them in the past. So this is going to be a massive game for Alabama. Definitely not a slouch going up against St. Mary's team. that has been at this point before. This is not a David and Goliath type of matchup for St. Mary's. Hopefully Alabama can get it done. Right now they're a 5.5-point favorite. We'll see if they can get that done. This is from Nick Kelly. Nice little stat here for them. Like I said, Robert Morris actually out-rebounded Alabama just kind of in total in that game in the round of 64 there. On the offensive glass, Robert Morris out-rebounded Alabama 16-5. St. Mary's is going to be a whole lot tougher. The Gales are ranked number 2 nationally in offensive rebounding percentage per KenPom. So, like I said, you're going to need guys like Grant Nelson, Clifford Amore, Jaron Stevenson, even like a Darian Reed or a Aiden Sherrill. We'll see how much those guys play to be very, very physical and very, very dominant in the paint, getting those boards. Because if you allow St. Mary's to come into this game and get those offensive rebounds, that's just taking possessions away from you. And a team like St. Mary's, who likes to play very, very slow, they like getting their sets and just playing a slower paced kind of game. You cannot allow them to take possessions away from you because you can't rebound on the defensive side of the ball. So it's going to be a massive, massive key for Alabama in this game. And then going over here to Blake as well. Blake I think actually I might have even spelled his name wrong. No, I spelled it right. Blake Byler. I keep wanting to say Blyer, but it's Byler. Talking about just the tempo in this game. Alabama, 75 possessions per game, number 1 in the country. They like to play fast. We all know that. But then St. Mary's, 61.8 possessions per game, 359th in the country. I do believe that is good for second to last. If I'm not mistaken, 5th slowest. They're the 5th slowest team in the country in terms of, pace of play there. So, Alabama's got to do a lot of good key things. They've got to be able to rebound, and they've got to be able to, play defense. Because, just like going into last season, there was this narrative that Alabama was a soft team. Well, here recently, they haven't been playing like they're the toughest team out there. So if Alabama can do those big key things like rebounding and, honestly just hitting their shots and being tough on the defensive side of the ball, they can definitely come away with a win here. But this is not a lock for Alabama in the round of 32. So let me know here in the comments section who you guys got in this matchup, type A for Alabama or M for St. Mary's. I'll give some shout-outs in the chat as well. Like I said, Chad Kennedy was in there. He said Bama 85-70. We got Larry Large in there. Somebody say Roll Tide. Roll Tide, baby. It's time. It's March. It's madness. We got 15 minutes of tip-off. I am fired up. I am so fired up. Got Justin Summerlin in there as well, saying Bama has to play better defense tonight. If we can get together, we would be unstoppable. Yes, sir. Also saying if we win tonight, we play BYU. Yes, sir, absolutely. Ty Man, the Buckeyes, putting in his A in the chat. Emmy Lou saying she likes the sweater. Let's see if I can step around here. I got this from the Yay Alabama website. It's awesome. I love it. Ty Man, the Buckeyes in there. Emmy Lou saying A. Got Pops in there saying Roll Tide. The Syllabus saying A. Nick in there saying St. Mary's. Oh, God. Oh, no. Matt Farms saying A. Lamb is him saying A. The Syllabus putting in another A again. Justin Summerlin saying, we'll be fine. I have confidence in Bama. I have confidence, but in games like this, I'm always nervous. I was very nervous against Robert Morris as well. I'm going to be an absolute wreck if we end up winning this game and have to play BYU because, man, they are one of the hottest teams in the country right now. They effed up my bracket, but it is what it is. Is what it is. Larry Large also in there saying Roll Tide. The BD James saying 80-70. Mark is saying give them hell, Alabama. Da-na-na-na. Hey, what is their thing again? The Gales. Hey, Gales. Da-na-na-na. Hey, Gales. We'll wait until the end of the game before we get rowdy with that. Let's see. Who else is in the chat? We got 89 people watching. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys share the stream as well. That helps us out a lot. we would love to be one of the largest streams out there for this game tonight. Main Chat Sports channel not going live for this game, so hopefully all the college basketball fans are going to be with us today. Let's see. Lonnie saying Lank. Lank it up. We'll say Lank because Tyrion Arnold. We'll say Lank because we love Tyrion Arnold. No beer bongs yet. Tom's also offering beer bongs as well. Like I said, $20 super chat, double beer bongs for the first one. Tom said he'll do one too. We got me and Tom here at the studio today. He's only going to be here for a little while, though. He's going to head home here in a little bit, probably as the game gets started. So if you want me and Tom to do some beer bongs, $20 super chat, doubling them up. Doubling them up. Let's see. Mark in there saying, letting all the naysayers know. Let's let them know, baby. Also said, we actually haven't shot that well. A good shooting game, and I think we can beat anybody. I believe that too. You know, Alabama didn't necessarily, they weren't terrible in that last game. They scored 90 points, but, you know, they definitely went on some, slumps in that game. The three-point shooting has kind of just been but they have shown this year that, you know, just because they're not hitting the three ball does not mean they can't win games, but they definitely do need to lock down on the defensive side of the ball and be a whole lot better down there because like Nate Oates has said, you know, this team is not necessarily acted like they want to be the toughest team out there playing basketball. So it's going to be a big, big key in this game. Reaper's saying we need Grant Nelson tonight as well. Yeah, he should be playing. Grant Nelson should be playing in this game. Looked really, really good against Robert Morris in the 7 minutes that he played in that game. But I think, you know, he's definitely going to be a key if Alabama wants to win this game. And like I said as well, they got a lot of depth coming off the bench. If some of those guys can make a big impact in this game, whether it's scoring or whether it's just juice. Because sometimes you don't need somebody to come in and hit a three. Sometimes you just need somebody to come in and dive for the ball. Get on the floor. Help your teammates up. You know, box somebody out real hard. You know, sometimes you just need that juice. So hopefully Grant Nelson or Chris Youngblood or even, you know, an underrated guy I think on this team is a Aiden Sherrill can come in and hit a three for you that you didn't necessarily expect. So very, very nervous for this game. Not necessarily nervous, but very excited. Got the butterflies in my stomach for this one. Let's see, Bama Bell saying, let's go Roll Tide. Justin saying, Grant will have 25 and 10 tonight or more rebounds. Let's see, Lamb is him saying Mark Sears, 21 alongside 18 from Grant Nelson. If they can get that, if they can get 21 from Mark and then 18 from Grant, Alabama's got a good shot of winning this game, man. They've got a really, really good shot of winning this game. We'll run through the Super Chat menu again here, and then we'll run through it a couple more times and throw it on the screen for you guys before the game gets going. But every single Super Chat, no matter if it's a 99-cent Super Chat or a $99 Super Chat here, I'm going to do 5 air squats for you. Because if the guys are out there on the floor busting it, I want to be working here too, man. I want to be working too, trying to lose a little bit of weight as well. So the 5 air squats would definitely help me out there for every single Super Chat. $10 Super Chat. We got the Bean Boozleds cooked up for you guys. And just so you know, I think they're all the nasty ones. There's not very many good ones left. So, you know, just for example, I could be having an old bandage, a stink bug, rotten egg, booger, dead fish. They're all disgusting. Barf, stinky socks. Frankly, the best bad one on here might be, let's see. Oh, they're all so disgusting. Maybe liver and onions, because that's something people legitimately have. Maybe. But they're all really, really bad. So if you guys want to see me suffer a little bit during this game, $10 Super Chat, I will do a Bean Boozled for you guys. $20 Super Chat. We got the victory bong just waiting to go, man. I got Miller Lights ready to roll for you guys right here. So $20 Super Chats for beer bongs here. Also, Tom's still in the office. So the first $20 Super Chat, we'll both do one. And also, I will do 2. So you're getting 3 total beer bongs for the first $20 Super Chat. It's a pretty damn good deal, I think. So still looking for our first super chat tonight, and also of this tournament just in general. Also, every 50 likes on the stream today, I will be doing a little bit of shot skis for you guys. Got our not a sponsor liquor there. So Reaper saying, keep drinking that tap water. It's Miller Lite, my guy. It's not cracked there. This puppy's Miller Lite. We got it cold just for you guys. So that is what is on tap for today's show. As we got about 8 more minutes in here until the game gets started. So let me know here in the comments section. Nope, we already did that one. How far will Alabama go in this tournament? How far will they go? We got 93% of people right now voting who you got Alabama on the pin poll, so I appreciate that. We got Michigan people in here. Why are Michigan people in here? Don't you have something better to do? I mean, really? It's Sunday night. You could be with your families. Michigan already, or did they play yet? Yeah, they play Auburn in the Sweet 16. I've got Michigan in that game if that helps, just because I hate Auburn. And Michigan has been hot, so I'm not super anti-Michigan in this bracket, but how far will Alabama go in this tournament? Let's see. Lamb is him saying the Final Four. You chalk it up to a win if you get to a Final Four. Got about 7 more minutes to go here until tip-off. Just a reminder as well, I'm producing. I'm going to be calling the game for you guys. So if I'm a little bit slow on the clock or the points, just bear with me. I'll keep you guys updated as best as I can. Alex Wilder saying the Elite Eight. Reaper saying the Elite Eight. Justin Summerlin saying Bama will go all the way and prove everybody wrong. Ty Man the Buckeye saying Bama's going to get to the Final Four. Mark Paul saying Bama's going to get to the Final Four. Nate Oates said if Alabama doesn't make the Final Four, it's a loss on the season. It's a loss of a season if you don't make the Final Four, which I don't necessarily agree with. I think if you make the Elite Eight, you chalk it up to a win, but let's see. Alex saying, I like the stream, so where's my shot? I did the shot at 25. I'm going to do another one at 50. We're 6 likes away from me doing one more, or from me doing another shot. Bama Bell asking about Grant Nelson. He should be playing tonight. He should definitely be playing tonight, and hopefully he can bring that juice, because we definitely need it. Reaper saying Nate Oates with a bunch of goat emojis. That's actually the name of my bracket, is Nate Goats. We love Nate Oates here in Tuscaloosa. Let's see. Justin Summerlin saying Bama beats Florida for the Natty. All SEC Natty would be lit, man. It would be lit. I've got my homer pick as Alabama beating Florida. So that's my homer pick. And right now, we've got a little chat sports bracket going on. Your boy's sitting in 5th place, 420 points. Nice. So I'll take it. We are also 4 more likes away from another shot on today's stream. We got about 5 minutes left until tip-off here. Let me know how far you want and think Alabama will go in this tournament. The BD James saying Bama gets to the Final Four. A lot of Final Four. Also, if you see the bots pop up, I'm a one-man show today. So type B to block the bots. Justin saying Bama will beat Duke to make it to the national championship game. I think if Bama plays Duke, they would end up playing in the Elite Eight. Yeah. If Bama ends up making it all the way, or am I mistaken? No, maybe it's, yeah, Elite Eight. They would play in the Elite Eight. Timothy Fair Jr. saying Bama gets the Elite Eight. Jeepers saying Bama versus Florida in the championship game. As it looks like now, the broadcast has started. So we'll go ahead and get right to it here. We'll get our clock set up, our scoreboard set up. take those away for now. Dave Beard says he thinks Alabama's going to play Duke in the Elite Eight. That would be elite. All righty. We're just a few minutes away here from tip-off, so get those RTRs in the chat. If you're on your phone watching this, you could spam the elephant emoji. You could spam the fireball emoji. Whatever you guys want, let's get the chat flowing. I would love as well, as we're 3 likes away from another shot, let me pull up the chat rate. So our chat rate high right now is 21. If we double that and make it 42, that means 42 comments per minute. I will also do shots every time we double it. So 2 likes away from me doing a shot. And also, we got to double our chat rate high. Every time we double it, I'll do another shot before tip-off. Before tip-off. Let's see. We've got Samuel in there putting in the RTRs. Ty Man the Buckeye. Emmylou in there. David Tyler's in there. Reaper's in there as we cross the 50 like mark. So that's 1 shot for you guys. Samuel, that's kind of the whole point. It's for me to get a little rowdy today. $20 super chat is 2 beer bonks for me and 1 for Tom as long as he's here. For the first one. For the first one. There's the like for 50. Let's see. First update on the chat rate. We're at 17. Got to double up 21, so we need to get to 42. We need to get to 42, so you can spam it. This is your time to shine, baby. This is your time to get in the comments and let everybody know. As we got our first super chat here, $5 super chat from Jeeper. I'll get that up on the screen here in just a second as it comes in. But first, he says, first super chat of the tournament, let's go. I'll get that up on the screen here, but you know what that means, Jeeper. We got 5 air squats for you guys. 1, you got to see me disappear for it to count. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. The legs are already burning. I would love for this super chat to pop up in our stuff so I can get you on the screen there, Jeeper. Keep spamming it. We definitely beat the chat rate high. Let's see if we can double it here now as I throw Jeeper up on the screen. First super chat of the tournament. Let's go. I appreciate you, Jeeper. Let's see. We are at 25. We gotta double 21. We gotta double it. We need 42 comments per minute. That shouldn't be very hard. I don't care if you're the only one doing it. Get down there and spam your RTRs for me as we are about 30 seconds to tip off here. Number 7, St. Mary's. Number 2, Alabama. Round of 32. It's March. It's madness. We're going crazy here. Let me see it in the chat, baby. Let me see it in the chat. Roll Tide Prod saying Roll Tide. Tie Man's in there. Dragos is in there. Reaper. Alexander Barnes. Got Pops in there spamming the Roll Tides. Tie Man. Drago. Let's get fired up, baby. Let's get fired up. We're going to have the live scoreboard. I'm going to be doing play-by-play as best as I can for you guys. And we are going to be here all tournament long as Alabama keeps playing. Got to survive and advance. That is the key. That is the key. Derek Clemens saying St. Mary's about to get rolled. Let's go. My mom's going to hate this, but we got to get a little tip-off Xenopotamus in. Sorry, Mom. We got to get the Zenachino in for the win. We got to get it going. As it looks like we are getting ready here for tip-off. Spam those RTRs in the chat. We have not yet doubled the 21 chat rate high, so I'm not going to do a shot until we do that. We've peaked at 25, so not even close. Not even close. If you guys want Alabama to beat that ass today, spam those RTRs, baby. Spam those RTRs. Who said that? Who said that? Hold up. Reaper said, Xenonomics. That's what it is. That's what it is. As we are tipped off and it is game time. Mark Sears gets it over to Chris Youngblood here. Grant Nelson is on the floor for Alabama. LeBaron Philon's got it at the top of the key. He's going to drive left. He's going to put a shot up. That's no good. Out. Oh, I thought that was out on St. Mary's, but they're going to give it to St. Mary's here. So we are live. Game has begun. St. Mary's brings it up the floor now. They're definitely going to be trying to get it under 15 seconds every single possession here. And here's a little floater, no good. Amori with a rebound. Alabama bringing it back up the floor. Philon gets a little bump. Over to Sears for three. No good. Rebound. Grant Nelson. Chris Youngblood, three. Bang! Type your threes in the chat. Chris Youngblood gets Bama on the board first. 3-zip here. Just so you guys know, I will update the clock like during commercial breaks and stuff like that. So just bear with me there. I do my best I can on the score, though. Here's a little three ball from St. Mary's from the left corner. That's no good. Amori with the rebound. Gets it over to Sears. He brings it up the left side of the floor. Sears over to Nelson. Top of the key. He's looking around. Gets it back to Sears. Little pick and roll action. Mark Sears goes right off the glass. No good. Grant Nelson, big boy action, gets the rebound and a reset of the shot clock. Oh, and he gets it poked away. St. Mary's back down the floor and a foul called on Chris Youngblood. Jesus. 18-17 to go. Let's see. Did we? 29. Damn. The $20 double beer bong is still in action for the first $20 super chat that we get. We'll do 2 beer bongs. Here's the inbound for St. Mary's. Survey in the court. Little pick and roll action going left all the way to the rim on Mark Sears. That's no good. Grant Nelson with a rebound gets it to Sears. Back up the floor. He's trying to go fast. He kicks it down to Philon, who puts it up and no good. Ball bounces around. St. Mary's gets it back, and they're headed back up the floor. Alabama 1 for 5 from the field early in this game with an early 3-ball. St. Mary's kicking it around. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Oh, nice step back on Grant Nelson. That's a 3. No good. Alabama, Chris Youngblood gets the rebound, but a foul is called on Mo Diabate. They're really going to start this. Alabama in the white tops, white bottoms, St. Mary's. That's a foul. You can't just push Mark Sears in the back. Here's the inbound, 17:30 to go. Nice little feed right there. And that one is good for St. Mary's. They are now on the board. Philon brings it up the right side. He's trying to do too much, in my opinion. He gets a foul called, though, so that's positive. Alabama Renegade saying, well. Oh, that's not good either. Clifford Amori is limping off, going over to the bike. So Clifford Amori banged up a little bit right now and off the floor. Aiden Holloway now in the game. Grant Nelson's got it. He gets poked out from behind. Jesus Christ. St. Mary's with it. They're coming up the floor. 25 on the shot clock. They're going to slow it down, run their set. Grant Nelson, nice defense there. Here's the drive. Grant Nelson, nice defense. Alabama basketball as Grant Nelson gets the block and then throws it off a St. Mary's defender as it goes out of bounds. Alabama will get it again. That was Mitchell Saxon who tried to go up there. One of the best big men in the game. Aiden Holloway now with the ball, gets it over to Mark Sears. Youngblood, he's got it on the right side. He drives. He puts one up, and that one is good. Alabama up now 5-2. Here's a drive by St. Mary's. That one's good. Marcelianos, I believe is how you pronounce his name. I totally butchered that, but it's okay. Aiden Holloway with the ball now for the Crimson Tide. He's at the top of the key. He's going to drive left. He's going to kick it over to Grant Nelson. 3-ball from the left corner. That one rims out. St. Mary's with it. Almost stepped out of bounds there as we approach the 16-minute mark here in the first half. And there's a foul called. Well, a slow start here for both teams. Defense really, really well on both ends of the floor for both teams. But the shot's not falling either for either team. So we will continue to see how that shakes out for both Alabama and St. Mary's. But first off, want to give a shout out to our sponsor of today's live show. That is PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. Yes, I said billions with a B. PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. Super easy to play. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks. It's available in over 30 different states, including California, Georgia, Florida, and Texas. PrizePicks also invented one of my favorite things. It's called the Flex Play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks does not hit. This is what we cooked up for this game today. We got Clifford Amore more than 7.5 points. He went out early. We'll see how that affects him in this game. We also went with Mark Sears more than 14.5. Got that one at a little bit of a discount there. And also Jaden Akins with 17.5 points, rebounds, and assists. We ended up going with the less than on him. So if you go with a flex play, you can get one wrong and still come out on top. If you go with a power play, you can still get more on your return. So download the PrizePicks app today and use promo code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to get the $50 bonus. It is just guaranteed. One more time for you guys, just download the PrizePicks app today. Use promo code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That link will be in the comments section here in just a second. Also, it is in the description of today's show. So download PrizePicks today. Because what time is it? It's game time. Or it's... Kind of messed that up. It's PrizePicks. Run your game. Stupid. Make sure you guys also hit that sub button for me if you are not subscribed already. We started off on the stream today, 24,011. So we've gotten 9 subs. Hit that sub button. For the most part, we talk about Alabama football. I've already filmed tomorrow's video going out. So you guys get a video tomorrow. Usually 5-6 times per week, we'll put a video out for you guys. So don't miss out. Just because it's the off season does not mean we're not doing videos. You got recruiting coming up. You got the spring transfer portal coming up. We're going to be talking about it all. We're also going to be live for every single Alabama basketball game in this tournament. As St. Mary's now to the line here, gets the first one to go. 5-5. And the second one is good. St. Mary's takes the lead. Aiden Holloway, another guy for Alabama that needs to get hot. Both teams starting out this game 2 for 7 from the field. Not very good. Mark Sears now has it, driving left. Clifford Amore back in the game for Alabama. Over to Aiden Holloway. He's driving the baseline. He gets it off to Mo Diabate. Gives it back to Aiden Holloway, who gives it back to Mo D, who gets it to go. Alabama back on top now. Nice ball movement there from the Crimson Tide. St. Mary's now 15 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to drive on Jaron Stevenson. That one's no good. Ball bouncing around. Clifford Amore gets another rebound here. Gets it over to Mark Sears, who brings it up the floor with 15 minutes to go. Mark Sears, coast to coast, high off the glass. That one's good. Type those ones in the chat for Mark Sears. Marcelionis, I believe he is from, where did I look it up? Lithuania? Yeah, he's from Lithuania. Oh my God, what a rebound for St. Mary's. The dude shot it, fell on his back, and went off the front of the rim, got back to him. Another shot, no good. Mark Sears brings it up the floor now for 3, no good. Ball bouncing around here. They'll call a jump ball, possession St. Mary's. Jaron Stevenson there trying to rip the ball away from Ross. Reaper in there putting in his ones. What a rebound here for St. Mary's. Puts it up, goes off the front of the rim. He falls down, it bounces right back to him, and he gives it to one of his other guys. Let's see. 14:33 to go here as St. Mary's now with the ball. Alabama up 3. Q-Shep said, still Caucasian, give me a good call. Here's a 3 ball from St. Mary's, no good. Aiden Holloway brings it up the floor for Alabama. Gives it off to Mo D. He's trying to bring it to the basket and just falls down. St. Mary's with it again. Dump down low. And that's going to be a foul call on Jaron Stevenson. Yeah, Crimson Tide saying Mark Sears shot Ben off. Yeah, he's been, I think before going into that round of 64 game against Robert Morris, he was like 4 for 28 in his last 4 games. Jordan asking how many does Cliff have? I believe none. None. I guess I've also got, well, we'll put that up later. Southern Reflections in the chat again from Decatur. As St. Mary's hits the free throw. And hits the second one. 9-8. Aiden Holloway's got to get it going too, and he just turns the ball over. Jesus, Aiden. I need somebody to, oh my gosh. Nice passing here from St. Mary's as they get that layup to go. This is going to be a back and forth game. I can see it now. Mark Sears splits the defense all the way to the rim. Wow, that was a great play there from Mark Sears. 13:30 to go now. Like I said, I'm going to try my best to keep the clock updated for you guys. And they're going to call another foul there on Mark Sears. Jesus Christ. Alabama already with 5 fouls so far here in the first 6.5 or so minutes in this game. St. Mary's with 1. That's not a shooting foul either, and they're sending him to the line. We're about to get screwed. I can see it now. First one, no good. Ball don't lie. Keep subbing. Sub for dubs. It's nice because it rhymes. Second one falls. So we are all tied up yet again. Aiden Sherrill checks in for Alabama. Phylon back in the game. Mark Sears comes off the floor. Aiden Holloway just turned it over again. Take Aiden Holloway off the floor. Take him off the floor. Let Mark Sears play 40. I guess, I don't know what happened. Maybe they called a foul on St. Mary's. Excuse me. I take it back. Holloway at the free throw line, gets it back. Clifford Amore now has it. 5 on the shot clock. Aiden Holloway's got to put something up, dude. That one goes out of bounds. It's going to be St. Mary's ball. So there's your turnover from Aiden Holloway. Jesus. Aiden Holloway now with multiple turnovers already in this game. $11-all here. St. Mary's 4 points off those turnovers. Here's a drive. Kick out for 3. Pump fake. Here's a 3. No good. Bama's got it. Coming up the floor. Aiden Holloway drives. Little stutter step, and he gets that one to go. So Aiden Holloway making up for it a little bit to put Bama back on top. Alabama Renegades saying they need to bench Holloway until he figures it out. I agree. St. Mary's now with it, under 10 on the shot clock. Here's the drive. Here's the spin on Stevenson. Gets that one to fall. This one's going to be so back and forth. I wouldn't be surprised if this happens all game long. Holloway, drive off the left side. Flips one up and under, no good. St. Mary's with the rebound, bringing it up the floor. He's going to drive. That one's going to be blocked by LeBaron Philon. I need to turn this up just so I can hear the whistles. What a start to this ball game. 11:36 as we go to commercial. Left here in this half. Tied up 13 all as we go to the under 12 media timeout. Ah, man, rough start. Rough start for Alabama, in my opinion anyways. Let's see. I've got a who you got in here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. So let me know in the chat who you guys got. G-Men saying, just joined the channel. Good work, bro. I've over 150. What y'all think? Over 150 is going to be tough. I think the line that I saw was 146.5. With St. Mary's just being a very, very slow team in terms of their pace. 150 is going to be hard, I think. Let's see, that's... If both teams can score in the 70s, I mean, that hits with ease. Bama Bell saying they just got to go settle down. They got to settle down. St. Mary's doing a good job driving the paint, though, so far. I'm seeing multiple St. Mary's in here. Parker's saying St. Mary's. Mr. ODR 100 saying St. Mary's. Things you don't like to see. As Canada goes up on the U.S. 1-0. Jeez. Bad things are happening. Carter's putting in his A. Appreciate that, Carter. Make sure you guys also vote in the pin poll here. Who you guys got, Alabama or St. Mary's? 92% saying Alabama right now. Mark Paul saying A. Parker K saying A. So Parker just switched it up. He went from St. Mary's now to Alabama. Reaper saying, who y'all got winning it all? Well, I made one bracket, our Chat Sports office bracket, and I have Alabama winning it all because I'm a homer. Genuinely, I think Florida wins it all. But because I'm an Alabama fan, I chose Alabama. Even though I don't see it happening, but hey, you never know. You never know. Alabama Renegade saying he's got Bama or Florida. Let's listen to Nate Oates. 5 turnovers for Alabama already. Bad. See if I can get some of these stats up here for you guys before we come back. Hey, there we go. Move over so you guys can see some of these stat lines here. I believe it only shows the starters. It doesn't show who's necessarily on the floor, so just keep that in mind. So St. Mary's going to inbound it here off the baseline. Drive off the right side, 13 to go on the shot clock. Kick down, Clifford Amore on the defense, no good. Grant Nelson with the rebound. Brings it up the floor. Grant Nelson for 3. Bang! Type your threes in the chat. Grant Nelson knocks down a 3 for Alabama and puts them back on top. Grant Nelson, 5 points in 7 minutes the other day. Darian Reed in the game for Alabama. Clifford Amore, Grant Nelson, Chris Youngblood, and I believe Phylon. 5 on the shot clock. Puts it up. No good. Tip back. Oh, Chris Youngblood tries to get it before it goes out of bounds, and he just cannot handle it. You got to be able to get those in this game, man. Got to be able to get those in this game. Tough one, bouncing around, but St. Mary's here with the inbound as we approach the 10-minute mark. They've missed 8 of their last 10 field goals. Here's a drive, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Block! St. Mary's got it back. Alabama's got it back now after the rebound. LeBaron Phylon gets it over to Amore. Gets it back to Darian Reed, who puts it in for 2. Type those 2s in the chat. As we approach the 10-minute mark. Darian Reed with the bucket there for the Crimson Tide. Little dribble drive in the lane. No good. Fighting for the rebound. Off of who? Bama ball. Type those A's. Alabama is playing very well defensively. I will give them that. Right now they are in the paint. They are not letting them get easy buckets. I'll be honest, I think that went off Youngblood. But I don't think they reviewed this early in the game. Alabama basketball now. LeBaron Phylon on the left side. He gets it over to Youngblood. That's a 3 ball. That's good. Type those 3s in the chat. Chris Youngblood with a 3. Alabama getting hot here now. 8-0 run in the last minute 45. Darian Reed playing defense hard here. That one's going to go there. Good shot there. Alabama trying to play fast. Phylon brings it up the floor. He's going to drive. He's going to get that one knocked away. In St. Mary's, there's another turnover for Alabama. Too many turnovers now. Too many turnovers in the first half of this first half. 6-0. That one's going to go for St. Mary's as well. So back to 17-21. 4-point ball game. Youngblood off the right side. He's going to drive down the baseline. Looking around, little pump fake, puts it up, block. That's going to be a foul. Chris Youngblood goes to the line. Type those 8s in the chat for Chris Youngblood. Let's see if I can pull up this. Yeah, here we go. We talked about O-boards. Well, hold up. Do a split box. Talked about O-boards. St. Mary's with 4, Alabama with 3 so far in this ball game. Jesus, the bots are crazy. First free throw is good for Youngblood. Tight B to block the bots. Second one is good as well. Still waiting on that first $20 super chat here. St. Mary's has the ball coming up the floor. There's a little drive off the right side, brings it back out. Nice shut off there by Grant Nelson. 12 on the shot clock. Youngblood playing defense right now. One-on-one, it's ISO. 6, 5, 4, 3. Shot put up off the glass and good. Darian Reed's got it now, gets it to Phylon. Little pick and roll to Darian Reed. Put it up, my friend. There's a foul. Type those 35s for Darian Reed. Going to the free throw line. Alabama Renegade. It's crazy. The bots, I've got it set. The settings are you have to be subscribed to comment. So the bots are actually subscribed, which is insane. And I block them, and they just make new accounts with, one letter different, or they put a period in there, put a apostrophe or whatever in there. So I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to block them as they come in, but it's something that we got to live with, unfortunately. We'll do that later. So Alabama right now up 4 as we are at commercial yet again. Let's run through some stats here. Phylon, nothing. Chris Youngblood already 10 points for Alabama. 2 for 2 from 3. 2 for 2 from the line. And 3 for 4 from the field. What did I say, man? Chris Youngblood, some of these guys off the bench got to be able to come up big for Alabama in this game. I don't know how to do that, Renegade. Unfortunately. I don't know how to put a timer on somebody as they're subscribed. I can even put them in timeout and do a time on that, but it's the same thing. They just make new accounts. So, let's see. Mark Sears, 4 points already. He's been okay. 2 for 5. 0 for 2 from 3. He's only played 7 minutes so far. But, man, Grant Nelson with 2 turnovers. Aiden Holloway with 2 turnovers. Phylon with 1. Mo Diabate with 1. Alabama's got to do better, man. 6-0 right now on turnovers. That's not good. Frankly, it's bad. It's really bad. Alabama so far, 3 for 6 from the 3. 9 for 17 from the field. St. Mary's 7 for 23 from the field. Only shooting 30%. Talk about the rebounds, though. Alabama overall is out rebounding, but the O-boards, something that we've talked about, as the U.S. ties it up 1-1 with Canada. Rebounding and turnovers. 2 massive keys for Alabama in this game. Against the St. Mary's team with a lot of length. No Diddy. St. Mary's head coach kind of looks like, what's his name? Forgetting his first name, Dunaway, from the next round. Headed out. All right. Roll Tide. Tom's out of here, so the first $20 super chat is just 2 beer bongs for me. There go the bots. Jesus. So Darian Reed at the free throw line hits the first one. $7:57 to go here in the first half. Misses the second one off the front of the rim. I think that's Bama ball, though. Let's go. Alabama gets the ball after St. Mary's knocks it out of bounds. We'll take it. We will take it. Austin Pearson, Alabama is up right now by 5. With 7:55 to go, Aiden Holloway gets it into Youngblood, and he turns it over. Another turnover. That'll piss you off. Move over here. St. Mary's going down the floor. That one is going to be good. Doing a good job getting in the paint. Aiden Holloway drives left. He kicks it out to Mo D on the left side. Mo D! Fall three! Type those threes in the chat. Mo Diabate with another one. Diabate now with 5 points so far for Alabama. Youngblood with 10 leading the charge. Grant Nelson playing defense right now. Very good defense. There's the block. Grant Nelson gets it here. Oh, he's a little limpy. Gets it over to Sears. Sears to Holloway for 3. Miss. St. Mary's with the rebound. So Alabama getting good looks. That was a very, very good look there from Aiden Holloway. But does not fall. Top of the key here. St. Mary's 3-ball. That one's going to miss. Mo D with the rebound. Gets it over to Sears. Bringing up the left side of the floor. He's going to go straight to the basket. And that one's going to be no good. St. Mary's with the rebound. Going slow, slow, slow. They are not going to take a shot in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock. That's for sure. They love to get it under 10 as we are now. 9, 8, 7, drive, turnaround, jumper, no good. Mo D with the rebound. He steps over a St. Mary's player, brings it up the floor. Mark Sears with it. He's going to drive left. He kicks it down to Mo D. Mo D puts it up and good. Mo Diabate in a timeout, I believe, is called. 5:43 to go here in the first half. Alabama playing good at some points, but the turnover's not very good. So, man, it's tough. It's going to be a very, very tough game. Alabama's got to get it together, not turning the ball over. Jake's saying I remind him of Chris Pratt. Well, my name is Chris, so first name stays the same there. All right, we'll continue here in just a moment, but one more time here in the first half. I want to give a shout out to our friends over at PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. Super easy to play. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks. It's available in over 30 different states, including California, Texas, Georgia, and Florida. One of my favorite things about PrizePicks is the flex play. This is what our guy Jack Daughtery cooked up. A little Alabama PrizePicks slate for you guys. Went with Clifford Amore, more than 7.5 points. He went out early. He did come back in, so that is good there, but he's sitting at no points right now. Went with a more than on him. Also went with a more than on Mark Sears. Points, 14.5. Sears right now sitting at 4. So we'll see how that plays out there for Mark Sears. Also went with a less than on Jaden Atkins. Points, rebounds, and assists went with a less than on him. You guys All you got to do is download the PrizePicks app today and use promo code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to get the $50 bonus. It is just guaranteed. One more time for you guys, download the PrizePicks app today and use promo code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That link will be in the comment section and the description of today's show. It's PrizePicks. Run your game. All right. That link is in the live chat right now. And I'm going to switch up our look here as we are getting now close to inside 5 minutes. And we're going to do a little inside 5-minute deal for you guys today. Inside 5 minutes, we're going to do $10 super chats. We'll do a shot. So for every $10 super chat inside 5 minutes, we'll start it now because we're close enough. We'll do a shot. Also, first $20 super chat is 2 beer bongs. Alabama up 8. St. Mary's with the ball now. Alabama with 7 turnovers to St. Mary's none. Nice ball movement here from St. Mary's. Darian Reed down low on defense. That layup's going to be a miss, and Darian Reed gets the rebound. Mark Sears brings it up the floor off the right side. He's going to look left, drive left. He puts it up. No good. Rebound, St. Mary's. As we have now hit the 5-minute mark. Mark Sears playing some good defense right now. Top of the key. Here's a drive. There's a feed. Out for 3. Jaron Stevenson with the block attempt. Pump fake. Puts it up. No good. Out of bounds, Alabama. With 4:49 to go. What's Chua Lore asking? Will Alabama make the Sweet 16? I hope they make the Final Four, Chua. St. Mary's puts that one up. No good. Aiden Sherrill with the rebound. Gets it to Sears, who gets it. Oh, my God, Clifford Amore! They're too fast for me with the slam. Clifford Amore putting Alabama up by 10 here. Inside 5 minutes to go. Aiden Holloway, I believe it was, lobbed it up to him. Holloway, Aiden Sherrill on the floor. Clifford Amore, Jaron Stevenson, and Mark Sears. St. Mary's puts that one up. No good. Rebound. Blocked by Alabama. No good. Foul. Let's see. I believe Cliff just has 2. Yep, Cliff is 1 for 1. Couple of rebounds, 3 rebounds for him, 1 assist as well for Clifford Amore. And the first free throw for St. Mary's is good. $10 super chat is a shot inside 5 minutes. We're at 99 likes as well, so one more person likes the video, that's a shot. That one's going to be a miss on the second attempt. Alabama with the rebound. Mark Sears brings it up the floor off the right side. He looks left. He's going to kick it down to Aiden Sherrill, who travels. Jesus. King Tyler in the chat saying W for the guy streaming this. Very helpful. Absolutely. Absolutely. Austin Pearson also saying, if I could be any celebrity, it'd be you. Well, I'm not a celebrity, but appreciate it. This is my job, after all. We get to come in to the studio. We got lights, cameras, graphics. We're not super fancy, but we get the job done here at Chat Sports. We get to drink as well on stream, which I would love to do. And because we just hit 100 likes, I'm going to do a shot ski. Crimson Tide saying, too many turnovers. Agreed. Unfortunately, I'm not in Alabama. I am in our Chat Sports Cincinnati studio. So, grew up in Alabama, went to Alabama, never even took a visit. You know, everybody always wants to take visits to whatever college they're going to go to. I went to community college out of high school, transferred to Alabama, never took a visit. I guess I've been up there, but there's a shot for 100 likes. I'll do another one at 150. My parents, though, do still live in South Alabama. I'm from down near the Gulf Shores-ish area because nobody knows where Summerdale is. Let's go. So Alabama now up 9 with 3:55 to go. In this first half. Tad saying that's a pretty area. It is very nice. Love the South Alabama area. Too many people are moving down there, though. I'll tell you that. Too many people moving down to South Alabama. I think Foley right now, that's where I went to high school, is like one of the largest growing places in the South right now, which I guess it's a good thing for the economy, but too many people. I know in the off season, like dead winter time, it takes about 30 or so minutes for me to drive down to the beach. During the summertime, I used to work down there at a restaurant down there on the beach in the summer times, and it would take me about an hour and a half, 2 hours to get down there during the summertime. So, let's see, James Tucker saying he knows where that is. I live in Midland City, Alabama. Let's go. Alabama now with 6 fast break points to 0 for St. Mary's, but they have no turnovers as well. So, let's see. Mako Dakota saying his Uncle Bobby pitched for Alabama in the 60s. That's awesome. Also, Carter saying he's from Mobile. St. Mary's now with the ball. Kicking it around, surveying the floor. Mark's also from Mobile. 10 on the shot clock. 7, 6. Here's a drive. Sherrell on the defense. No good. Rebound Alabama. Jaron Stevenson gets it over to LeBaron Philon, who's going to drive. And he's going to put one up. 4-2 and good. Philon doing a better job, I'll say. A better job so far in this game. Already now, that was his first 2 points. So Alabama up 11, their biggest lead of the game as we get inside 3 minutes here. Here's a drive. Amori goes down. That one's missed. It's kicked out. And that's going to be a foul. Why? Don't foul there. There's no reason to foul. LeBaron Philon, the ball kicks out all the way to the center court. And St. Mary's is there first, and LeBaron Philon just grabs him and kind of he didn't throw him to the ground, but he kind of grabbed him. I guess he swatted at the ball and kind of hooked him in the arm, but unnecessary foul there from LeBaron Philon. 1-1 now for St. Mary's. Luke Barrett, he's 1 for 5 from the field, only with 2 points so far in this ball game. King, I hope Cliff has 6 points in him tonight. Chase Davidson saying he's watching from Fairhope. I know all about Fairhope. Fairhope versus Foley, man. Big high school rivalry there. And both free throws end up going down. So 24-33 now. As we're inside 3 minutes. Philon gets it over to Holloway. Pick and roll action. Holloway surveying. Grant Nelson does a great job there of blocking out. Holloway puts it up, and that's going to be a foul. So Holloway will go to the line now. Q-Shep just living his best life, still down in Cancun. Jason's from Foley. Let's go. From North Foley. So that means it probably up there by 24, County Road 24, if I remember correctly. First one goes down there for Holloway at the free throw line. As we have 2:38 here in the first half. We're inside 5 minutes. Every $10 super chat as Holloway misses the second one. Rebound, Alabama. That's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow, Crimson Tide. Clifford Amore working hard there for the O-boards. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, some of you guys know where Summerdale's at. I like it. I like it. 3 ball off the inbound. Youngblood kisses it off the glass from the right corner. That one goes down. Type your threes in the chat for Youngblood. He's number 8, but he hit a 3. St. Mary's now, no field goals in over 5 minutes of action. Here's a 3 from the right side. No good. Foul on the floor, Chris Youngblood. We got Robert Harris in the chat watching from Sicily. Crimson Tide worldwide, baby. We had somebody, they said they were in Afghanistan the other day. I don't know if that was true or not, but cool if so. Big if true. Big if true. The first free throw is good for St. Mary's. Bama still up by 12 here in the first half. Matt saying he's from upstate New York. Mako watching from Detroit. Second free throw is no good. Phylon with the rebound. Brings it up the floor. Gets it over to Morey. Back to Phylon. Here's a 3 from the top of the key. Kisses it off the front of the rim and goes out of bounds. St. Mary's will take over. King Tyler from Bakersfield, California in the chat as well. The brand is real. Amore looks like he has a bloody nose over there on the sideline now. Referee stopping action. Not sure what the referees are talking about. Clifford Amore was like holding his nose. And it could have been the shadow, but it looked like there was blood in his hand. They got a towel over there. So, play back in action now. St. Mary's brings it up the floor. Under 2 here in this half. They've missed their last 10 field goal attempts. ISO on Grant Nelson down low. That one's good. Back to a 10-point ball game. 1:34 to go. Aiden Holloway drives down the baseline, puts it up, and good. Aiden Holloway finding it now for Alabama. As we're at 1:25 now in the half. Here's a drive. Throws it up. That's tipped. And another foul called on Alabama. Jeez. St. Mary's already in the bonus, so we'll go to the line for a 1-and-1. Let's see. We got Matthew from Greencastle. And Nico from Huntsville. James Tucker saying he's in Lower Alabama, a.k.a. L.A. First free throw attempt is good. Courtney, literally everything's about money. If I want to pay my bills, if I want to feed my animals, we appreciate the donations. And we like to have fun. Double beer bongs for the first $20 super chat. Second free throw goes down as well. It is a 10-point ball game again as we are reaching the 1-minute mark in this half. Not to mention, if you watch Chat Sports, we always have a super chat menu. Phylon drives off the right side. That one kisses off the glass. Grant Nelson with the offensive rebound. Puts it up and good. Type those fours for Grant Nelson. Alabama now with 41 in this first half. That's awesome. That's awesome. Under 30 seconds now. 20 on the shot clock. So St. Mary's has to put a shot up here. 10 on the shot clock now. Just hanging out. 6, 5, 4, 3. That one's going to be blocked. Alabama with the ball. 6 to go. Coming up the floor. Gets it to Grant Nelson. 2 to go. He puts it up. No good, but a foul. Grant Nelson playing big now for Alabama. 1.5 on the clock. He'll go to the line. Grant Nelson he's really brought the juice for Alabama, man. Misses the first free throw. He's only got 5 points, but man, 7 rebounds so far for Grant Nelson. Bama Bell saying March Madness Grant Nelson has arrived. Let's hope he keeps it up in the second half. Second one misses. Jeez. Gonna get a lane violation though. So Grant Nelson with another opportunity for his second free throw attempt here. Missed both of them. Free throws, rebounding, turnovers. You have to win those 3 categories in March if you want to make a run. Second one rattles around but goes in. And St. Mary's will bring this one to the half as Alabama, with a really good offensive first half here, putting up 42 points and holding St. Mary's to only 29. If you want to play slow, play slow. Let Alabama outscore you. Let's listen to Chris Youngblood and see what he has to say here at halftime. Chris Youngblood with 13 points there in the first half. We'll take it. We will take it. Let's see. So let's do this. Let's just run through our super chat menu that Courtney doesn't like. And then we'll just kind of chat it up here. All right, so Alabama with the lead right now, 42-29 at halftime. Every single super chat that we get on the show today is 5 air squats for me, because if the boys are putting in work, I got to put in a little bit of work too. Also, trying to lose a little bit of weight as well here. So 5 air squats. Doesn't matter if it's 99 cents or $99. I'm going to do 5 air squats for you guys. Also, $10 super chat. We got the Bean Boozleds here for anybody that doesn't want to get in on the drinking action. We got Bean Boozleds here for $10. Pretty sure we've gotten all the good ones. It smells awful. They taste awful. You know, it can be anything from Tutti Frutti or the same exact color bean is Stinky Socks. Cappuccino or liver and onions. Strawberry banana smoothie or dead fish. Like I said, most of these are probably all bad. So there's a high likelihood that if you send in a $10 super chat, I'm going to have to eat a bad Bean Boozled here, which is only for your guys' enjoyment. $20 super chat. We've mentioned it a couple times here. First $20 super chat. I am taking down 2 Miller Lights with the Victory Beer Bong. So $20 super chat for the first one is 2 beer bongs. I would love to get our first $20 super chat. This room was full of sin. You know what? None of us are perfect there, Courtney. Pray for me. How about that? How about that? And also, every 50 likes on the show today, I will do a shot for you guys as well. Got our not a sponsor liquor here. So that is our super chat menu on today's show. Some people are totally fine with it. Courtney, obviously, is not a fan of the super chat menu, which is also totally fine. You can not be a fan if you don't want to be a fan. But that is how we roll. Let's go ahead and grade Alabama's first half performance for me, A, B, C, D, or F. I would give it a B+. There's definitely some things that they could do better, but they're holding St. Mary's right now to 25% shooting from the field. That is phenomenal. They're 0 for 6 from 3. Alabama is 5 for 9 from 3. So they've been doing all right. Let's see here. We got Chris Aaron saying B. Mark Paul saying B. Alabama Renegade saying A. Carter saying B. Joseph saying B. I pretty much agree all the way around. Mako Dakota saying Bama going to win by 20. Got Bama -6 cashing all day. I don't know if 20, but 6. I mean, if they continue to play the way they are right now, Alabama was 5 of their last 7 from the field. St. Mary's 1 of their last 12. They're playing pretty decent on defense. Not really like what St. Mary's is trying to do right now. They've shot 14 shots from the field. That's free throw attempts. They've shot 36 shots from the field. They're only 9 of 36 so far today. And what they're trying to mainly do is get in the paint. And Alabama's doing a great job in the paint playing defense right now. So if they can continue to do that, man, it's going to be a long day for St. Mary's. Like, no easy baskets. No easy baskets. That's all I'm asking. That is all I am asking for. Chris Youngblood hitting that 3, kissing it off the top right-hand corner of the glass and going in is insane. 13 points so far for Chris Youngblood in this game. I told you guys in the build-up, some of these guys coming off the bench have got to play big for Alabama. Chris Youngblood, definitely one of those guys, doing a very, very good job at that. Mohamed Diabate playing pretty solid right now as well. 7 points, 4 rebounds for him. Grant Nelson, only 6 points, but he's really bringing the juice. 7 rebounds as well for him, too. Let's see. Reaper saying, drop a like for another shot. Once we get to 150, we're at 130 right now. I'll tell you what, if we get to 200 likes, that's 69 away. Nice. I'll do a beer bong for you guys. But no more free beer bongs. We have to get to 200 likes before halftime is over. That's the key. Before whoever inbounds the ball. If we get to 200 likes, I'll do a beer bong for you guys. 150 is obviously a shot, but no more free beer bongs. No more free beer bongs. So go ahead and like that video for me if you want to see that go down. We got 479 people watching right now. Drop a like for me on the stream and let me know. Grade Alabama's first half performance. Italian Stallion saying C-. Fair. I don't normally do this, but I'm just going to ban Mike because he's an Auburn fan. F you, Mike. Don't nobody like Auburn? Let's see. Chua saying C because they need to stop turning the ball over. Yeah. 8 turnovers for Alabama, none for St. Mary's. You guys really want this quarterback in the chat or talk in the chat too, man. I'm trying my best to stay away from the quarterback talk as we're talking about Alabama basketball tonight. But you guys love Austin Mack. Mako said Auburn getting beat by Michigan next game. I've actually got Michigan beating Auburn as well. Not necessarily that I think it's going to happen, but they played well against Texas A&M. Texas A&M absolutely pissed that game away. Last night, I don't know. All these games run together. Yeah, I guess it was last night. But Auburn-Michigan's going to be a good game in the Sweet 16. Mark's saying there's nothing wrong with Auburn. Everything's wrong with Auburn. Their colors suck. Their fan base sucks. Their coach is a pervert that masks around to be, Courtney's best friend here. Let's see. Matt Farms putting in his A's in the chat. Southern Reflection saying C because of the turnovers. Fair. Chris Aaron saying Bama will win 90-65. I'd love for him to put up another 90 bomb. I mean, 42 in the first half is incredible. It's incredible against the St. Mary's team that likes to play very, very slow. What did we say in the pregame? 5th slowest pace of play all of college basketball? Courtney, there's nothing wrong for asking for donations. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. If you don't want to hang out, you can leave. You can watch it. It's on TNT. You don't have to listen to me. But quit complaining, or I'm going to block you too. And I don't do that. I don't do that. You need to ask the Robert Morris people that were in here the other day. Italian Stalin said, no Alabama fans like the color orange. I hate it, man. I genuinely hate it. My girlfriend got me a blue and orange plaid button-up shirt during the wintertime. Guess it's still technically the winter, but whatever. And I told her I'm sorry, I can't wear it. It's way too close to Auburn colors. It's way too close. It was Auburn colors. All right. I'm not going to ban her, but Courtney's going in timeout for 10 minutes. I'm tired of the complaining. Mark also saying friends don't let friends wear orange. Yes, sir. It's an ugly color. Just orange in general. Doesn't matter if it's that ugly-ass Tennessee orange or that just dirty Auburn orange or that burnt Texas orange. It's all bad. It's all bad. Let's see. Matthew says they need to stop falling too. Hey, if guys are flying around the court, if they're diving around the court, I'm for it. Harmon saying, who do I got out of BYU and Bama? We got to beat St. Mary's first, my friend. We're not looking past anybody, especially a good St. Mary's team. St. Mary's got in the tournament, and if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Gonzaga beat them in their conference championship game. Try Cool saying, what about Florida Orange? Florida Orange are relevant at this point. They're bad. Florida's bad. Which I guess down the stretch last year they did pick it up. But oh, he said fouling. Did I misread that? No, he said failing the first time, but meant fouls. I agree. Too many just dumb fouls, too. Mark Sears has 2. Chris Youngblood has 2. Aiden Holloway has 1. The only guys who have played that have no fouls are Grant Nelson, Darian Reed, and Clifford Amore. Austin saying, if I could be any Alabama player, who would it be? That's a good question. Who do I think has the best shot to go to the league and make millions and millions of dollars? Probably LeBaron Philon. I think LeBaron Philon has the best chance to make a lot of money, so I'm going to go with LeBaron Philon. If you're talking about football, Ryan Williams probably going to make the most money in the NFL out of any Alabama player right now. Maybe. I mean, you never know, but I don't know. Because right now in the NFL, wide receivers and edge rushers are and quarterbacks, I guess. But hell, maybe Keelan. Sure, he's making a boatload of money. Let's see. Type B to block the bots. I'm going to throw up some of these other graphics here so you guys can see some of these stats on screen as well. Remember, I'm doing everything today. We had Stone the other day. Hopefully we will have him back for Sweet 16 if Alabama is lucky enough to make it. But it is just me with you guys today. So there's some stats on screen as well throughout the first half of today's ball game. Here in the round of 32, I feel like these half times are long, man. Maybe it's just because I got to fill time, but damn. 2 likes away here from me doing a shot. 52 likes away before halftime ends from me doing a beer bong. So I know at least 200 of you guys have not liked the video. Matthew said they're 15 minutes long. It feels like forever, man. Feels like forever. There's our 150 likes. I'd love to do a little double beer bong for a $20 super chat, but that's the deal of the day. I might even do this. Here's for 150. Keep on liking it up. I bet Courtney don't like that either. Let's do this. Let me strike a deal with somebody. Let's do $20 beer bongs. Double beer bongs for the rest of the game. How about that? Or we could do this, $10 for one. $10 for one. I would just love to rip a beer bong right now, guys. I'm 3 shots in. So we're going to go $10 beer bongs. We're going to go $10 beer bongs for the rest of the game. And let's see if you guys can have me slurring my words by the end of it. Reaper said my man is taking them straight to the face. Well, no diddy. But I just really want to down one, man. They're cold. I don't want them to get warm. Like this one's getting a little bit warm. This one's still cold. $10 super chat, beer bongs, the rest of the way. This is whoever asked if I was shooting vodka. We got a little, what's our alternative name for this? Northern discomfort. Northern discomfort. Tanya said I have an orange basketball on my shirt, but that's okay. No, I don't. What are you talking about? As finally Alabama starts coming out of the locker room, I would assume they have a couple minutes to shoot around and get warm and stuff. So we still got a couple minutes here left of halftime, unless they recorded that and was playing it a couple minutes ago. Nate Oates going with the green plaid jacket again today. What do you guys think about Nate Oates' jacket? Type 1 for you like it, or type 2 if you, or 0. How about that? 1 if you do, 0 if you don't like it. Got the green plaid. I want to see that red plaid. Try Cool says he likes it. Mary likes it. Patriotism USA saying, hey, what's going on? USA. Let's see. Pretty Girl Slay says 1. Slay Queen. Q Shep saying 1. Joseph, not a fan of the green plaid. Not a fan of the green plaid from Joseph there. One Direction saying, how does a school for the blind score so much? I'm not sure who you're referring to there. Italian Stalin says 0. He wants the red plaid jacket. Agreed. Mason saying he likes my sweater. I appreciate that. You can get it on the Yay Alabama website. Little taxed, but hey, support the troops. Bama Bell saying Nate Oates is a sharp dresser in my opinion, though. Hey, I'm not saying it doesn't look sharp, but green, come on now. Let's get the red in there. 5 Adam likes it. I've also got this that I was going to wear, but I decided I've got my If They Ain't Wearing Crimson shirt here. And I had it on as an undershirt. But I ended up taking it off, mainly because it gets hot in the studio here. But I figured, hey, we rode with this sweater for the round of 64. We're going to ride with it as long as Alabama keeps winning. This is the sweater. I'm wearing the same pants. I'm wearing the same shoes. Changed underwear and socks, though. You know, got to be clean out here. Mako saying, what do you think about baseball this year? Big win in game 1 versus Tennessee, but it's like, man, they always start off hot in the non-con. Now, they did sweep Texas A&M on the road. Now, that's a good thing. But then you win that first game against Tennessee, and then you drop the next 2. Tough. That's kind of how Alabama baseball, it's seemingly, as long as I've followed them anyways, has been. They look great in non-con, and then once conference comes, they struggle a little bit. But, you know, look, at the SEC, one of the best baseball conferences out there, as I just spit everywhere. I don't know if you guys could have seen that. Maybe I'm telling on myself. I don't know. SEC is phenomenal in baseball, though. You can go 500 in conference play and still make the tournament there. So hopefully baseball can get it going. Justin LeBron's amazing. He'll be number 1 pick, hopefully, in next year's MLB draft. Five Adams says, who do you think will Bama get as quarterback in the 2026 class? I don't know, man. I don't know. But I don't think they're necessarily going to go after any of these big, you know, top 5 quarterback guys. I don't think they're going to come. Because you got Keelan Russell. You got 2 other guys battling as well for that spot. So I don't necessarily know if they're going to get somebody in the top 5 in this class. But they may even go into the transfer portal and just get depth at that quarterback spot, because I'll be honest, I hate having 3 quarterbacks on the roster this year. Like, you go back to Caitlin DeBoer's time at Indiana, that one of those years at Indiana, like, they were not very good, but they started like 4 quarterbacks that year, because that was the year Michael Penix Jr. tore his ACL. And then another guy tore his ACL. And then another guy got hurt. So I hate having 3 quarterbacks on the roster. So I would love for them to go after defensive line and a quarterback in the transfer portal. As we are back in action now, TNT slow to get back. But the second half has begun. St. Mary's will start off with the ball here. 10 on the shot clock already. Surveying the court. Top of the key now. Here's a drive off the left side. Here's a floater. No good, in and out. LeBaron Philon with a rebound. Mark Sears now has got it. Feed to Grant Nelson. Youngblood gets it back over to Sears. Sears goes left. He throws it up off the glass. No good. Bounced around. Who's this going to be off on? Alabama. St. Mary's ball. Type those A's in the chat for the Crimson Tide. The second half has begun. If you guys want Alabama to win, like the video, type those A's. There's a little jumper there from St. Mary's. That one goes down. Mark Sears for three. No good. Back of the rim. That one's going to go out of bounds. St. Mary's ball yet again. 18:48 now. $10 beer bongs the rest of the way. St. Mary's down 11 early in the second half. It's just a freaking moving screen. You can't just like back up and... Anyways. Little drive to the rim. That one's going to go. So St. Mary's starting off hot here on the offensive side of the ball. Mark Sears over to Philon. He goes right, kicks it down to Nelson. Nelson over to Clifford Amore, who jams one in. Type those 11s for Big Cliff. Bama now with 44. Cliff's got to come up big, man. Here's a little feed. Clifford Amore on defense, no good. Offensive rebound, St. Mary's, and that one's good. Amore gets it over to Philon. Top of the key. He drives left. He throws it up to Amore, and another slam! Type those 11s in the chat! Clifford Amore gets up and again. I was trying to say up and down and again at the same time there. Clifford Amore now 6 points in this ball game. Here's a three ball for St. Mary's. No good. Offensive rebound for St. Mary's. Again, reset the shot clock. 13 on the shot clock. Now we're at 10. Here's a drive to the left side. No good. Grant Nelson with a rebound. Mark Sears brings it back up the floor. Tight B to block the bots. Sears drives, kicks it over to Nelson. Three ball, no good. St. Mary's with the rebound, 35-46. Good defense there on the transition for Alabama. Little floater in the paint for St. Mary's is good. So St. Mary's doing a better job shooting the ball here early in the second half than they did in the first. Sears down to Grant Nelson. He puts it up and a foul. Type those fours for Grant Nelson going to the line. Almost got it to go. Grant Nelson, though, with the most juice right now for this Alabama team. He will shoot two. First one is good. Grant Nelson has a chance to get 8 points now, or his 8th point with this free throw attempt. And that one rattles home as well. So Grant Nelson, 8 points as well. Chris Youngblood, 13. Mitchell Saxon leading the way for St. Mary's with 11. St. Mary's has it now, top of the key. Little drive, spin on Nelson. They're going to call a foul on Grant Nelson, but that's BS. Type BS in the chat as the and one goes down. So Saxon spins on Grant Nelson. Maybe they called it on Mark Sears, but either way, that's BS. Type your BS in the chat. Saxon now, 11 points, 5 rebounds for St. Mary's. Both teams right now with one foul so far in the first half. Alabama, though, has the possession arrow. Bama up by 9. Saxon at the free throw line. 1-and-1. I guess they called it on the floor. No good. Alabama with the rebound here. Mo Diabate bringing it up the floor. He'll go right down the baseline, right to the rim. No good. St. Mary's rebound. They'll bring it up. I like the aggressiveness at least. Just going right to the basket. St. Mary's just tries to get in the paint. That's all they try to do. Grant Nelson on the defense. That one's good. So St. Mary's chipping away here. Sears now top of the key. Little pick and roll to Grant Nelson. He gets it over to Mo D. Mo D for three. Bang! Type those threes in the chat. Mo Diabate gets one to go. Bama up by 10 again. Alabama 6 for 12 from 3 today. St. Mary's 0 for 7. And they're going to call a foul on somebody on Alabama there. Jesus. 15-14 here to go in the ball game. As it looks like we will go to commercial. Want to give a shout out to our friends today over at PrizePicks. They are the live sponsor of today's show. PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks. PrizePicks is available in over 30 different states, including California, Texas, Georgia, and Florida. They also invented the flex play, which is one of my favorite features of PrizePicks. You can still cash out on your lineup, even if it isn't perfect. You can double your money and still get one wrong. This is what our PrizePicks slate looks like for today's game. We got Clifford Amore, 7.5 points. Went with the more than on him. Right now, he's sitting at 6. So one more bucket, we will hit the more than on Clifford Amore points. Mark Sears also went with the more than 14.5 on him. Mark Sears right now only 4 points on the day. So got to get it going for Mark Sears if we want to hit that more than on him. Also went with Jaden Akins less than 17.5 points, rebounds, and assists. All you guys got to do is download the PrizePicks app today and use promo code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That link will be in the comment section and the description of today's show. One more time for you guys, though. Download the PrizePicks app today and use promo code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to get the $50 bonus. It is just guaranteed with PrizePicks. It's PrizePicks. Run your game. It's Alabama right now up by 10 on St. Mary's as we reach about the 15-minute mark here in the second half. Whew. Let's see. Q-Shep said, no matter win or lose, I only got Alabama gear to wear in the airport. Hey, show it off all around the world, baby. Looks like Kentucky right now is, oh my goodness. Second half, okay. Looks like Kentucky is up by 8 right now on Illinois with about a minute to go in that ball game. I don't know who I picked to win that game. Probably Illinois. I picked Illinois in that game. So need a little bit of help there for my bracket. So St. Mary's now down by 10 with the ball. Coming up the floor, LeBaron Philon putting the pressure on. Aiden Sherrill in the game for Alabama. Jaron Stevenson, Aiden Holloway as well. Mohamed Diabate on the floor. 5 on the shot clock. 4, 3, 2. Looking for something. Puts up the floater. Kisses it off the glass. And good. Nice shot there for St. Mary's. Gets it to go. Bama up 8. Stevenson. That's going to be a turnover. Jaron Stevenson trying to get get it to LeBaron Philon, kicks it out of bounds. Another turnover. Alabama with 9 turnovers today, man. Like, we're winning. That's good. But the turnovers are just god-awful. You're not going to continue to win. You're not going to beat BYU turning the ball over like this. Here's a drive. And that one's tipped and blocked and put back up. No good. Alabama with the rebound. I think Philon might have got a piece of that. Philon now has it. Comes back out over to Modi, back to Philon, gets it back to Modi, and that's going to be out of bounds on St. Mary's. Alabama with 18 now on the shot clock. Philon with the inbound, gets it to Modi. Modi's going to try to drive, gets it back to Philon, who drives from left down the center, puts it up, and good. LeBaron Philon with a big bucket there for Alabama. Puts them back up 10. Also putting the pressure on coming down the floor. Love that. They're going to call a foul, man. That's chill. Foul called here on LeBaron Philon on the defensive end of the floor. I don't necessarily think it was, but they called it, so it is what it is. So St. Mary's now with the ball, and first turnover now from St. Mary's. As that one rolls out of bounds. So finally, St. Mary's with a turnover in this ball game. Alabama, just so you guys know, also has the possession arrow. Aiden Holloway gets it to Philon. He's going to drive right. He's going to kick it out. Back over to Holloway. Holloway gets the screen. Kicks it over to Aiden Sherrill for 3. No good. Rebound St. Mary's. So Aiden Sherrill with his first 3-point attempt is no good there. Going to be a drive right. Floater. No good. Rebound Mo Diabate bringing it back up the floor here. Mo D drives baseline, right side, kicks it over to Sherrill. That's going to be a foul on St. Mary's. So Alabama will inbound this one. Make sure you guys hit that like button for me right now. We're at 171. I believe I did a shot for 150, so once we get to 200, I'll do another shot. So Alabama inbounds this one. Chris Youngblood gets it at the free throw line. Back over to Holloway. He turns the corner, kicks it down to Aiden Sherrill, puts it up. No good, but a foul is called. Type those 22s in the chat. Aiden Sherrill getting to the line now for Alabama. The big key in this game was St. Mary's is very tough down low. They've got some big defenders, but Alabama does too. And they've got to be able to win those matchups. First free throw, no good. And then you got to be able to hit the free throws once you get to the line. Second one, no good again. Both of those free throws going off the back iron. So again, missing free throws. Bama's still up 10 though with 12:40 to go. St. Mary's looking for a shot. Jumper here is good. Aiden Holloway brings it up the floor for Alabama. Surveying, driving, right, good. Aiden Holloway for 2. Type those 2s. Back and forth, back and forth. At least it's not tied back and forth. I'll take 8-10, 8-10, 8-10. I'll take that all day. 13 on the shot clock. St. Mary's kicks it down low. Mohamed Diabate on defense. 7 on the shot clock. 5 goes up. No good. And out of bounds on Alabama. That's probably like the fifth or sixth time in this game. I thought for sure it went off the other team. But no bueno. We are at 11:50 here to go in the ball game. Still 10-point lead, but St. Mary's doing a whole lot better shooting the ball here in the second half. Alabama's still not doing a good job on the at the line. Jesus. Alabama is 7 for 12 at the line today. No bueno. Jeff's absolutely right. They should be up by 25 in this game because it's not like St. Mary's like playing amazing. They're shooting 33% from the field. They're 0 for 7 from 3. You're shooting 58%. No, excuse me. You're shooting 46% from 3. Like Alabama is doing everything except for the turnovers and the O boards. You're losing on O boards again. Come on. Got to play tough, man. Got to play tough. It's March. Alex Wilder saying, just got back. How drunk are you now? Not at all. Not at all. I even kicked the beer bongs down to $10 a pop. And no beer bong yet. They're starting to get warm over here. I've got 7 beers over here. 2, 4, 6. I've got 7 Miller Lights ready to go down the beer bong. $10 beer bongs coming your way. Alex saying, here comes one. We'll see. We'll see. I've only done a couple shots for the likes. But overall, you know, we could be better. But I think you're showing some grit on the defensive side of the ball. You know, St. Mary's, like one of the biggest things they keep trying to do is just get it in the paint, back them down, turn around jumper. And obviously that's not working out so well for them. They're 17 out of 52 from the field. That's not very good if you guys are keeping track at home. Saxton's leading the way with 11 points for St. Mary's. I guess Wessels also has 11 points, but you guys don't see it up there. I don't believe, nah. Harry Wessels. Show you a Harry Wessel. Aiden Holloway has not been very good either in either game. LeBaron Philon still with only 4 points. I'm going to call a block on Alabama as we come back late from commercial again. Probably. That's the one thing I hate about basketball is the block charge calls. It's like, no, if you run the defender over, it should be a foul on you. It's not how it works, though. I get it. All right. So inbound here for St. Mary's. Nice little feed there. Ripped away, though. That's going to be Alabama's ball. Nice quick hands there. I believe it was LeBaron Philon who knocked it out of the hands of Saxon, and it rolled out of bounds. Mark Sears and Chris Youngblood, just something to keep a note on, both with 3 fouls right now. Chris, what are you doing? Chris Youngblood just throws it away trying to get it to Grant Nelson. And he's just covered up. Like, what are you doing? St. Mary's drive left on Clifford Amore. Here's a 3-ball. No good. Amore with the rebound. So more good defense there. Sears, he drives right. Pump fake. Nothing. Goes back up. Rebound St. Mary's. St. Mary's just going slow, surveying the floor, running their sets. Here's a drive on Grant Nelson. Grant Nelson with a block. Rebound Alabama going the other way. Here's a 3-ball from Phylon. No good. St. Mary's with it again. Here's a drive to the right side. Clifford Amore on defense, but that one goes down. So 10:15 to go here in the first half. As we get a little stoppage of play for something, not quite sure what. But Mark Sears now bringing it up the floor. Gets it over to Youngblood. Over to Nelson. Nelson to Amore. Back to Sears. 3-ball. No good. He can't buy one. Offensive rebound, Clifford Amore. Gets it out to Holloway. And that one goes down. Aiden Holloway finds the 3 for Alabama. So Alabama now up 11. No good there from St. Mary's, but they get the offensive rebound and reset the shot clock. As we're inside 10 minutes to go here in the ballgame. 3. No good. St. Mary's can't buy a 3. They can't even pray for one. Sears bringing it up the floor. He's trying to go fast. He gets it over to Youngblood. Over to Amore. Back to Sears. Screen. Sears goes right. Brings it back out and a foul. Nice. Nice. Both teams now with 4 fouls here in the second half. What is St. Mary's? Are they Catholic? Is that a Catholic school? And somebody is going to call a timeout here. I believe St. Mary's is now calling the timeout. 8 likes away from 200 likes and a shot. Remember, we're trying to beat our like number from the round of 64. That like number, I'll pull it up here in just a second, was 241. So we're 7 likes away now from hitting 200, and then the next goal is to beat 241. Italian Stallion said Alabama is playing the new cast of Grown Ups 3. The opponents are 4 white guys and Chris Rock. Yeah, that's kind of St. Mary's for you. Hit that like button, hit that sub button as we cross 200. If we make it to the Sweet 16, I'm going to have to round the likes for shots up to 100 because I can't just be drinking for free. $10 beer bongs as well. I'll move over here so you guys can see the stats. But this is for 200 likes. Appreciate you guys. We're trying to beat 241 at 217 right now. Make sure you guys also hit that sub button for me. For the most part, we talk Alabama football here on the channel, but we're doing basketball for the tournament and then our regular videos. Basketball videos don't seem to do very well, and that just is what it is. So, most of our videos that go out are pretty much only football related. We'll throw some basketball talk in there every now and then, but we got, 5-6 videos coming your guys' way every single week. We got spring transfer portal coming up. We got spring practice going on right now. Big quarterback battle. Battle at the left guard position that we've been talking about. So we've got videos for you guys all off season long. We got just, a month or two away from these official visits taking place, recruiting. Guys are already coming in for those spring unofficial visits as well. So, like I said, I already filmed tomorrow's video for you guys talking about some of the visits from this past weekend. So make sure you guys do not miss out. Hit that sub button for me. As we crossed 24,000 subs on the channel, our next goal is 25,000. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. I guess technically I did mean to do it, but didn't mean to do it in that order. As we are back now from commercial, Mark Sears gets the inbound. He goes all the way across the court, drives left, puts it up, and good. Mark Sears with a strong shot there as Bama breaks the 60-point mark here now with still 8:50 to go. Here's the drive right from St. Mary's, kicks it back out. Little pick and roll action, and good. Mark Sears drives left, right to the rim, and good. Mark Sears getting on fire now. Type those ones in the chat. Type those fireballs in the chat if you're watching on your phone and have emojis. Mark Sears getting hot here late. Little spin from St. Mary's, kicking it down low. Clifford Amore with some nice defense there. It goes out of bounds, but Clifford Amore doing a very, very good job on the defensive side of the ball, not allowing St. Mary's to get anything easy down low. So with 8:08 now here, Mark Sears checks out. Inbound, foul. Sorry, I was trying to block the bots as soon as they were inbounding the ball. So St. Mary's will go to the line here. Trying to get this other view on screen for you guys here. Oh, there we go. Hit that sub button for me. Closing in on 100 new subs and misses the second one. Aiden Holloway going fast, bringing it up the floor. Kicks it over to Sears as he checks back into the game. Sears lobs it up to Amore and dunks it behind his head. Clifford Amore with another slam. Type those 11s in the chat. Clifford Amore coming up big here for Alabama. Up 14. Darian Reed in the game as well. Here's a three ball for St. Mary's. That's good. Their first three of the game. Oh, Mark Sears gets it to Grant Nelson. He drives left. No good. Block and a foul. Grant Nelson goes to the line again. Let's go. Spam the chat. I don't care what you're spamming. Spam the thumbs up. Spam the fire emoji. Spam your force for Grant Nelson getting a foul and going to the line. Bama up 11 as we go to commercial break again. Jesus, they're getting all the commercial breaks they can. Hit that sub button. We're subbing for dubs here. We are subbing for dubs here at the Alabama Football Report, but we're talking Alabama basketball with you guys. We're going to be live for every single game in this tournament. Shane Driver wants the crane. See if I can do a little kick. Yeah. I'm surprised I got it above the thing here. Let's go. Let's go. Alabama is playing, from beginning to end so far, they've played better than St. Mary's in this game. Now, St. Mary's cannot buy a three. They're not shooting a ton of them, but they're 1 for 10 compared to Alabama's 7 for 16 from three. And when you got Cliff playing like he's playing, 8 points in this game, 9 rebounds. Aiden Holloway has turned the ball over a couple of times, but he's got 10 points as well. Mark Sears only has 8 points, but when you got Chris Youngblood with 13, Mohamed Diabate with 10 as well, you got your guys, you got your role players playing well. And that's what Alabama needs in this tournament, is for the role players to score and do those hard hat things, man. Diving for balls, fast, quick hands. Get some turnovers. Opal saying Terry Saban for the win. Let's go. That -5.5 looking pretty decent right now for Alabama. Cam, you know what's crazy about Mark Sears is even in that game the other day, he's only got 8 points so far right now, but that game the other day for him, what did he have, like 5 points or something like that with like 10 minutes to go in the game, and then he ends up just drive to the basket, foul, get into the free throw line, ends up with 22 points in that game. So if Sears can do more than just score, I'm here for it. Doesn't necessarily have to be a scorer. If you can also do things like, putting up assists and stuff like that, which he's only got 2 assists, but, other guys are stepping up, and that's positive. Mark Sears 0 for 4 from the 3, 4 for 13 from the field. Matt saying trust the process. Alabama now, Grant Nelson here from the line. First one goes down and good. Bama up 12, make it 13 after the second one goes down. St. Mary's has got to do something if they want to make a run in this game here with 7 minutes to go. Here's a 3 from the left corner. That one's good. And I don't know why they stopped play there. They blew the whistle for something. Maybe so Chris Youngblood can check in. 10-point ball game, though, as it sits. All right, down the stretch, 7 minutes to go here. We got to be big. We cannot let up. Alabama has done that a lot this season. They've been up in games, and then the last few minutes, oh my God, Mark Sears almost turned it over. That's what I'm talking about. Sears gets it back. He drives right. That's going to be tipped in Alabama ball. Got to be able to close these ball games out. Aiden Holloway inbounds to Grant Nelson here. Gets it back over to Holloway. He's at the logo. 10 seconds on the shot clock. He tries to drive. Gets shut off. He comes back out. He goes right now. 5 on the shot clock. Aiden Holloway gets it over to Nelson. 2-1. Nelson puts it up. Hits rim. No good. St. Mary's now with the ball. 10-point ball game. With 6:23 to go. There's a foul on Alabama. We'll see if they call it a shooting foul or not. I think they called it on Aiden Holloway, but I'm not positive, and it looks like they will call it a shooting foul. Yeah, Willow saying letting these teams linger is ridiculous. You saw that with Robert Morris. You let them linger in the game as the first free throw goes down, and you had to bring Grant Nelson off the bench to bring some spark. 9-point game now. St. Mary's is not going to go away as the second one goes down. Sears now with the ball. He goes left. Crossover. Jumper. That one rattles home. Mark Sears getting hot, baby. Mark Sears now with 10 points. There's a little drive and good for St. Mary's as well. They break 60 now. Mark Sears tries to go straight to the rim. Clifford Amore! Spam those 11s! Throws it up again! Big Cliff as Alabama back up by 10 again. 5:30 to go. And there's a turnover. And a jam! Grant Nelson, LeBaron Philon with the steal, throws it up to Grant Nelson in your face. Type those 4s in the chat. Bama up by 12, 5 to go now. And St. Mary's goes down there and scores again. Alabama misses one on their end of the floor. St. Mary's comes back down. 10-point ball game again, under 5 to go. Oh, I thought that was going to be a foul on Amore, but they say he gets all ball out of bounds. Alabama basketball. Spam those A's. Spam those A's, baby. Willow, that's the only part that I really could say fast. WJW Willow. I wasn't going to say it all. Spam those A's, baby. Bama up by 10. 4:30 on the clock. Mark Sears goes left. Right to the rim. No good. Rebound St. Mary's. Sears with 10. Youngblood with 13. Diabate with 10. Holloway with 10. Grant Nelson with 12. Clifford Amore with 10. 6 guys on this Alabama team with double digits. And there's a miss from St. Mary's, but it looks like they call a foul. So a foul on Alabama. $10 super chat for beer bongs, folks. So, St. Mary's now at the line. Harry Wessels trying to make this an 8-point game again. The first half went back and forth. Nails the first one. Second half, Alabama's for the most part been up by 10 or up by 8. My God, The Last of Us is still going. The second one rims out, and that's going to be St. Mary's ball. Looks like it went out on Mo Diabate. Tough. Appreciate that, Willow, saying love the channel. Been here since the first couple thousand. Definitely in the daily rotation with a couple others. Thank you, man. There's a 3 ball and a miss for St. Mary's. Aiden Sherrill gets the rebound. Gets it to Mark Sears. Under 4 minutes to go here. Bama up by 9. Aiden Sherrill back to Mark Sears. Throws it up to Sherrill. And that's going to be a foul. St. Mary's is in the bonus. Alabama not quite there yet, but they do have the possession arrow. I don't think they're going to consider that a shooting foul. But we will see with 3:51 to go here in this ball game. Alabama looking to go back to the Sweet 16. Winner of this ball game will take on BYU. And Joseph Farrell with a $10 super chat for the first beer bong of the day. Let's go, Joseph. Got to take out the Xenopotamus to get the, what was I calling it earlier? I don't remember. I'll get that super chat on the screen here in just a second for you, Joseph. I kind of got to do a couple things to actually make that happen, but we're going to do it for you, my friend. Everybody spam Joseph in the chat and let me know who you guys got. A for Alabama, M for St. Mary's. Got to get a new little super chat link here. These are the behind-the-scenes details that I'm talking about when I'm having to self-produce. But it's all right. I didn't have to come in to be here with you guys, but I wanted to be here with you guys. Copy. Come back over here. Paste. And there we go. Joseph with that $10 super chat. Appreciate you, my guy. I got to pour these Miller Lights slow, especially because they started getting a little bit warm on me. Because they bubble, they fizz so bad, man. So I might have to wait a second here before I can actually put this down. Let me know in the chat who you guys got. Vote in the pin poll if you haven't already. We got 864 people watching. Get the bubbles out of here. Willow saying Miller Lite, ouch, lost a point. Hey, it's either Miller Lite or some kind of seltzer that we have in there. So Miller Lite it is. Miller Lite it is. Chad saying, bro, got a funnel. Yes, sir. Been trying to do this all game. $10 beer bongs the rest of the way. And we don't drink the foam. Let's go. Appreciate the super chat there, Joseph. No high lives, man. Oh, my God. Clifford Amore goes up twice, gets blocked the first time and the second time. Oh, man. No Miller High Life for me anymore. St. Mary's now down by 9. There's a shot, no good. Youngblood flying around. Oh, my God, offensive rebound, but 4 on the shot clock. St. Mary's has to put one up, 2. There's the 3. Blocked. Shot clock violation. At first, I thought they called a foul, and I was about to be very, very upset. Very upset. But Alabama gets the turnover here. Sub for dubs, baby. William wants the Bud Light. I tell you what, man, I boycotted Bud Light before anybody else did. Let me tell you, Bud Light might be the worst beer out there. 3:05 to go in the ball game. Mark Sears drives. He kicks it out. Phylon. I believe a foul was called. And we got another $10 super chat from Jason. Let's go. Let's go. Now we got the beer bongs rolling as the game gets under 3 minutes here. LeBaron Phylon to the line, by the way, as we have 3 on the dot. I will get that super chat on screen here in just a second. The first one goes down as Alabama now 1-1. Phylon gets the first one to go down. Matt, can't say I disagree, my friend. Let's see, let's get the coldest one we can here. Phylon, the second one goes down. So let me update that. Jason with a $10 super chat. Let's go. Let me update the score here. A lot going on. St. Mary's really got to get something going. Oops. 10 on the shot clock. Driving in the lane. Grant Nelson, great defense. And Chris Youngblood just strips it away. I think Grant Nelson got hitting the balls. But he comes back up the floor. Mark Sears now with it with 2.5 to go. Bama up by 11. Mark Sears saucing them up. That wings and things sauce. And a foul. Let's go! Let's see. Let me update this. Okay, I've got it updated. Oh, no. Wrong super chat. Sorry. Trying to do 9 things at once here, guys. It's all good. 2:21 to go. Mark Sears now at the line. Going to be shooting 2. First one goes. Get this air bubble out of here. And then I'll let the bubbles go down. I'll update the score. And the second one goes down. Bama now up by 13. 2:20 to go here in the ball game. I'll rip this in just a second. Pick and roll and turnover. LeBaron Philon's got it going the other way. Go right up to the rim, my guy. That's going to be blocked. And they're going to call goaltending. Give it 2. Let's see if they review it. That one's tough because the ball was in the air, but was it coming down? I don't know. We'll see if they review it. It's going up, up, up. It kind of hits the peak, and then he swatted it, so I don't know. I don't know what the ruling there is going to be. Bottoms up. Let's go. 2 beer bongs back to back there. Appreciate it, Jason. And appreciate it, Joseph. Double J's. Everybody type your J's in the chat. I'm trying to get this beer bong from falling over, but I guess it's just going to have to fall over. Let's go, baby. They are reviewing it right now. 2:07 to go. I'll update this stuff on screen for you guys as well. Make sure you guys are subscribed as well. We are going to be live for the Sweet 16 if Alabama can hold on to this 15-point lead. They're currently on a 6-0 run. St. Mary's kind of fallen apart here. Haven't scored in 2 minutes. 3 turnovers in that time as well. 0 for their last 5 from the field. Appreciate it, Chad. Saying I'm off the chain. That's why I love just having excuses to go live with you guys because, you know, like the videos that we do are great and all. But going live really gives you guys a chance to see my personality and, you know, gives me a chance to hang out with you guys as well. So if you guys are new here at the Alabama Football Report, we go live for all the Alabama football games as well, doing these watch parties. So come hang out with us next year. Unfortunately, we won't be live for A-Day because they're not going to televise it. So that kind of sucks, but we'll see. We'll see. I have no idea which direction this review is going to go. What do you guys think? Was it a goaltend? Type Y for yes, N for no. David saying, how many boards could the Mongols hoard if the Mongol hordes hoard boards? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Ruby the Gamer thinks it's a goaltend. What's up, Quentin Speed? What's going on, my guy? Or girl. I assume that's a guy name, but you never know. So we're about to get a decision. The call has been reversed. No goaltend. Alabama's ball on the baseline. 2:07 to go in the ball game. Let me know, who do you guys got winning this one? Is Alabama going to hold on? Type Y3SN for no. Let's go. Sub for dubs, baby. We started off with 24,011 subscribers. We've gained over 100 subscribers today. Appreciate everybody who has hit that sub button so far. Grant Nelson with it now. He brings it up to the top of the key at the logo. You can afford to run some clock here if you're Alabama now that you're inside 2 minutes. 10 on the shot clock. Mark Sears has the ball at the logo. 6, 5. Mark Sears drives left like he always does. Kicks it over to Amori. Out to Nelson. At the buzzer for 3. No good. St. Mary's brings it up the floor. They're down by 13. They have got to go. Kick out. Drive. Another kick out. 3 off the right side. That one's good. St. Mary's now cuts it back to 10 with 1:24 remaining. If you guys want Alabama to beat St. Mary's and head to the Sweet 16, hit that sub button. Hit that like button. Spam the chat. Spam your A's. Harmon with another one here for me. Say this phrase as fast as you can. One smart fellow, he felt smart. 2 smart fellows, they both felt smart. 3 smart fellows, they all felt smart. That's a tough one, too. That's a tough one, too. Spam those A's in the chat. If you guys want Alabama to win here, got Quentin Speed in there. Joseph Farrell, KC Jackson, Opal, 5 Adam, Clay Marshall. I smell propane. That's the guy's name. I don't really smell propane. Which it could be the restaurant downstairs. Let's see, Jason in there. Matt, Italian Stallion. Matthew Saban. Ruby, Adam, Southern. Jonathan. William. Patrick asking how long it takes for a 400 milligram gummy to kick in. Whoo, buddy. Just remember to breathe. Just remember to breathe. Ride the wave, baby. That's a lot. Let's see. Iniko Gordon putting the A in. As Alabama inbounds it here now, Aiden Holloway brings it across court. St. Mary's now pressing really hard. Aiden Holloway just kind of running around in circles with it, but doing a good job keeping it away from St. Mary's. 17 on the shot clock. There's a spin. Aiden Holloway drives. And a foul called on Barrett. That will send Aiden Holloway to the line for a 1-and-1. Keep spamming those A's. Keep hitting that sub button. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players for Alabama in double digits tonight. That is phenomenal. Getting those guys off the bench to really just come in and make plays for you, man. That's what you need. First one from Aiden Holloway goes down. $109 remaining. Does Alabama hold on and cover the 5.5-point spread? As Holloway hits the second one. I think that over hit as well, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe hashtag math. Straight to the bucket and blocked. Clifford Amore with another block, and Alabama's got it. LeBaron Philon trying to bring it across half court. They try to trap him. He gets it over to Sears. Under 1 minute to go. Alabama up 12. Looking to go to the Sweet 16. Nate Oates gets the timeout in. St. Mary's going to do a full sub here, and it looks like Alabama will as well. Spam those A's. Alabama going to the Sweet 16 yet again to take on BYU. Let's go. Clifford Amore. Is he your hard hat winner today or what, folks? Is Clifford Amore your hard hat winner today or what? 46 on the clock. Unless absolute chaos ensues, Alabama is going to go to the Sweet 16. What's our white guy's name? If anybody knows our white guy's name, type it in the chat. He's on the floor, folks. Let me see if I can find it before you. Max Chernwalski is on the floor in the round of 32. Jaron Stevenson drives and makes another bucket. Alabama with 80. Send in the whites, because Alabama is going back to the Sweet 16, baby. Let's go. 15 on the game clock. St. Mary's just playing, doing what they got to do. And Alabama gets the rebound here. LeBaron Philon will count it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Da-da-da-da. Hey, Gales. Da-da-da-da. Hey, Gales. Da-da-da-da. Hey, Gales. We just beat the hell out of you. Rammer, jammer, yellowhammer, give them hell, Alabama. Let's go. Alabama versus BYU on Thursday. We will be live here on the channel for that game. I don't know if I'm going to have a producer. I really don't care if I'm going to have a producer. But Nate Oates, a.k.a. Nate Goats, has brought this team back to the Sweet 16 yet again. Wow, what a ball game. Mike, I appreciate you for joining us, my friend. Robert, I don't care if they're Catholic. We just beat the hell out of them. Someone check on the Pope. Wow. What a ball game. Spam those A's in the chat. I want to give some final shout outs here to everybody who is in here for the end of this game today, man. Wow. J. Cole got my mom and dad always watching every single stream. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys as well. Jason, maybe later. J. Cole, Mike, Robert, Willow, Mike, Matthew, Matt, Reaper, Joseph, Mike, Allen, Crimson Tide. Wow. James Tucker, Crimson Tide saying, you know what? We just beat the Catholics. Now we got to go beat the Mormons. Wow. What a ball game. From everybody. This was a full team win from beginning to end. Maybe not beginning to end, but about halfway through that first half, Alabama really started taking a lead there. Ooh, Joseph, James, Bots, Matthew, Eniko, Greg, trying to see everybody, giving a shout out to everybody, man. Reaper, Harmon. Harmon saying BYU will win. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I don't know. I don't know if we'll beat BYU. They're one of the hottest teams in the country right now. But my God, Nate Oates has brought this team to glory. Judoopy spamming the A's as well. Opal, Mako, 448 bucks. Wow. What a ball game from the Crimson Tide here. Appreciate everybody. Oh, and by the way, we did beat the like number there on today's stream. Austin Pearson, the game's over, my guy. Alabama advances to the Sweet 16. I've been yelling about it for about 5 minutes now. Jason saying, give that man his gym. Technically, they are giving him more NIL money, and they're giving him a new practice facility, so that's what Nate wanted. I also think they need to build a new arena, but that's what Nate wanted. He wanted more NIL money, and he wanted a new practice facility, and they're giving it to him. Tim Tapscott as well saying, nice job, Roll Tide from Orange County, California. Appreciate you, Tim. Appreciate you, my guy. All right. Can we get one more beer bong? One $10 super chat for a beer bong before we sign off? I'll give it, let's see, 2 minutes on the clock? Okay, this is what we're going to do here. I'm going to go 2 minutes on the clock here. This is our shot clock. If super chats come in, we'll stay live, and we'll party, and we'll do whatever. We'll talk Alabama basketball. Hell, we can talk Alabama football for all I care. It's 8:30 Eastern time. I'm giving it 2 minutes on the clock. I would love one more $10 super chat at least for a beer bong. Who's got me? Who's got me? I'll do 5 if 5 $10 super chats come in the next minute and a half. Whew. I feel like all the yelling, I was really like flexing the abs and got a good ab workout in there. Let's go. Alabama set to take on BYU. Not sure yet what time that game would be. Let's check out also, while we're just sitting here waiting around. Damn, my bracket went from top 1 million. What other games just hit the fan earlier? Jesus. I'm now outside of 2 million. That's what will be next time. How's your bracket? What percentile are you in? Houston won. I had that one. I had Florida winning. I got Colorado over Maryland, Colorado State over Maryland. That is a sneaky one. I had Illinois beating Kentucky. That one kind of screwed me. I had Missouri going to the Elite Eight, which was a stupid move, apparently. Appreciate you, Jeeper. Appreciate you, my guy. Opal saying the chat is the winner today. Let's see what we're at on the shot clock here. We got 30 more seconds. I would love one more $10 super chat for a beer bong. If not, it's okay. We did better than we did the other day. But just a couple more seconds here. Ty Man the Buckeye, appreciate you as always, my guy. A Chat Sports MVP as always. All right, we hit the 2 minute mark, so no more victory beer bong, but it is what it is. It's okay. Appreciate everybody who joined us for the stream today. We'll also be live on Thursday for the Sweet 16 matchup between Alabama and BYU. We'll see if Stone's going to be back with us or not for that. But it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Hopefully, I see every single one of you guys in the chat yet again. Alabama, yet again. One more thing before we leave here. Sorry, I'm so terrible about signing off. Let me find this tweet from Clint again. Clint Lamb, friend of the show, GOAT. He had a tweet earlier about Alabama going to the Sweet 16. He tweets a lot, but we'll see. Over the last 5 years, only three programs have made at least 4 Sweet 16 appearances. Those programs, Houston, 5 in the last 5 years. Gonzaga, 4 in the last 5 years. Arkansas, 4 in the last 5 years as well. And if Alabama wins tonight, it'll make the 4th program to reach the Sweet 16 at least 4 times in the last 5 years. That's absolutely incredible. We would never have that without Nate Oates. We are incredibly lucky to have Nate Oates. Also, if you guys didn't hear, he turned down, Texas offered him the job. He turned down that. He said, horns down, bitch. So we are so lucky to have Nate Oates, guys, and I'm lucky to have you guys as well here in the chat as well. So I'm going to put a short out, my instant reaction on the game. Not going to do a whole video for that because I'm just here alone, and that takes a lot. So Going to put a short out. Make sure you guys are subscribed. And make sure you guys also join us here on the channel on Thursday for the Sweet 16. Not sure yet if that's going to be what time that game is going to be, but we will be here for you guys. Hopefully you are as well. Alabama takes down St. Mary's in the round of 32, 80-66.